that's fine, it's cool, it's cool.
Sure. So,
Do you know, Joe, we don't get these lovely, we just got these. That's much more impressive. Where did you come up from?
I've come from Messi.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
Well, what happened was I was coming this afternoon, but even to get my wife from work, like, so this is like normally like 4 or 5 minute direct, and I think it's 5 minutes. Half the time was a chocolate block, everywhere was like a chocolate block, so we left last night about 10 past 8. So it's like just over 4 hours, it wasn't bad.
no. So it's a mad weekend.
Those things go alright.
Yeah, stressful. Well, the line here, right? We've had a line here for ages, which we've been paying for, and we just go with the BT and disconnected it without telling us.
Joking.
Which is why we got a satellite from there. And then the satellite people said, yeah, they can do it, not a problem. And then they came back and said, oh, well, we can't give you that much bandwidth. So, yesterday was a bit full, to be honest. We've got there eventually. Yes, well, I think so, yeah.
So we started,
Half 7, yeah. We're going, just so you know, so we're going straight through.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Castle Leisure Centre here in Bury for what is going to be a very busy, very exciting night. 6 fights on the card, promoted of course by Hatton Promotions. Not only have we got a big crowd in here tonight in Bury, but we are being watched across the world with a live broadcast on YouTube. Now, of course, we have a lot of fights. The biggest fight, the headliner, at around 9:45 tonight, is the local boy coming back to Bury, Scott Quigg, taking on Franklin Varela, the man from, of course, Venezuela. And who knows, we may have people watching from Venezuela live on YouTube. We hope so, and we hope you will message us either on Twitter or through YouTube. A lot of fights to get through tonight, so without further ado, let's get on with it. I'll pass you over to our MC for the night, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Hatton Promotions, sponsored by Vimax Nutrition, live and exclusive on the internet on www.youtube.com/live. Proudly presents an evening of championship boxing. Let's welcome our first boxer for the first contest this evening, presenting from Birmingham, Sid Razak.
So a very warm welcome to you all. Welcome here to the Castle Leisure Centre. Nigel Turner here with you, and alongside me, Mickey Campwell. This is Sid Razak, the first of the boxers on what should be a really special evening, Mickey.
It certainly is. The homecoming of Scott Quigg. Local boys sold the venue out. But as we see, got Sid Razak, one of our famous journeymen, starting the evening off for us.
And opposing him, making his entrance to the ring, the undefeated young boxer from Haywood, Kieran Farrell.
And here he comes, emerging from the starlight, hoping to be a star of his very own. Kieran Farrell from not too far away, Haywood in Lancashire. Won all 9 of his professional fights so far, and obviously Mickey looking to make it 10 against Sid Razak tonight.
It certainly is, and he's a talented young man. You know, he's got a nice fight, got far from home, brought plenty of support with him. But I'm sure Sid Razak will give him a good test, which I think he duly needs.
Yes, I'm sure he will. It's another learning fight, as we know. 4 rounds here at super featherweight. Back to Michael Pass for the formal introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this, the first contest this evening, have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Who stood in charge at ringside is Mr. Dave Roden. This is 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with gold. At the weighing he scaled 10 stone, 3 pounds. Tonight he takes part in his 73rd professional contest, presenting from Birmingham, Sid Razak. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue and red coloured shorts. At the weighing he scaled 9 stone, 11 pounds. His perfect record reads 9 contests, 9 wins. 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout, presenting from Haywood, the undefeated Kieran Farrell. Timekeeper at the bell is Gary Grenham from Burnley, and the referee in charge of the action is Michael Alexander from Doncaster. 4 3-minute rounds.
Well, as you both know the rules, so let's just have a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves.
So here we go then, getting ready for the action. Kieran Farrell with Vicious across his waistband, and Sid Razak, well, Sid a little bit more circumspect, but he knows exactly what he's doing in a boxing ring. And here we go, underway for round number 1. The youngster, inexperienced boxer against the journeyman professional, and immediately Farrell on the attack, looking to get that left jab moving and pushing Razak back against the ropes, and immediately break in force, but Farrell looking pretty eager in the early stages here, Mickey.
Just come out, you know, fast start. As you can see, Sid Razak's getting the back bottom. Kind of nice little gentle jab out. But obviously, Farrell looking to be the aggressor.
There's a big age gap here. Farrell is just 21, Sid is 38. But what a specimen for 38, isn't he?
He's a fantastic man, you know, credit to our sport. These are, you know, people like Sid Razak keep the sport alive. You know, these journeymen step in and, you know, they give the youngsters a real good test.
I'm sure that's what he'd do with young Kieran Farrell.
But Sid Razak rarely stopped, but it looks like vicious Kieran Farrell is going all out to dominate in this first of 4 rounds. The body shots raining in there, but Razak coming back with some of his own, a good little uppercut there, just, I suppose, in a way trying to teach the youngster a thing or two.
It was good about his gentleman, they know the tricks of the trade. What was interesting, you know, young Farrell threw some good body shots, but everyone, Razak took him on the elbows, and he's got a great defence here as well, so now Kieran's going to have to work him out, even though he's been the aggressor. A lot of these shots are not getting through, as you can see.
Yep, so Kieran Farrell starting in a rush, flashing out that jab, and then the left hook comes in as well, and then follows up with a right to the body, but as Mickey was saying, the arms, the elbows are down there covering up Sid Razak, but he knows he's been in a furious opening to this one, and the Farrell supporters away to our left getting pretty excited at the prospect of their man dominating the early stages. But Razak again, the true professional that he is, just covering up and firing back shots of his own, good uppercuts coming in there. And then covering up again as the more youthful Farrell comes in, uses his shoulder to just push him back. Learning the tricks of the trade, fairly young, although this is his 10th pro fight for Kieran Farrell. Unblemished record so far, only 2 knockouts out of the 9 so far.
Again, young Farrell being the aggressor here. Let's see if that come back with his own shots.
So he's actually trying to really dig them in now, isn't he, Farrell? And Razak just not doubling up, but just bending over a little bit to duck out of the way. And then Farrell again aiming some big shots in the closing seconds of this round, looking to really dominate. And that was an impressive start by Farrell against a much more experienced man.
It certainly was, and he's, you know, he came out firing from the first seconds. And I'm sure his corner will be really pleased with that first round.
And of course we're looking at it live on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you've got some comments you'd like to make, we'll welcome those again. And if you prefer Twitter, use the hashtag HattonTV and we'll take your messages that way as well. But just seeing some of that action there, Farrell just blowing a little bit because he expended a lot of energy in that round, didn't he, Mickey?
He certainly did, and you know, I'm sure Bobby Rimmer, his trainer, will be calming him down. So listen, though, you've got to pick your shots against this man, though. Sid Razak, you know, he's experienced. You know, just maybe slow the pace down a little bit and let's have a little look for more openings.
Yeah, because there's a danger he could run out of steam, isn't there, Mickey, of course?
There is that danger, but looking at him, he looks in great shape.
Yeah, underway round number 2. Sorry, Mickey, I'm not sure about the left knee, of course. He's got a bandage around that knee. Do you reckon that's just an aid, or is it an injury?
I'm sure it must be some kind of a slight injury, because obviously he's trying to protect it. But again, here he comes again on the front foot. Shows a nice variety, Farrell. You know, he likes to lead off with that nice jab. He's pouring, looking into the body and head. But again, Razak, you know, showing good defences. And again, get his own jab off.
So it's Razak in the black and gold shorts.
Good shots
Blue
from
and
Razak.
red, great shots from Razak. Rocked Farrell's head back, and that will have given him a thing or two to think about as he pushes Razak back against the ropes again, scattering the photographers on the apron. And now just holding on a little bit. Good action start to the evening though, Mickey, so far.
Excellent contest to start the night off. I'm interested with young Kieran Farrell. He's showing good angles. He's always looking to, you know, cut the ring down, coming off the height, using good right with that jab.
Yeah, and the jab still flashing in. Razak actually firing off a few more now, just keeping his man at bay. But there, Farrell aiming the big right hands, and a couple of those getting through as Razak backed up against the ropes once more, told to break. Farrell again, just all action. The 21-year-old from not too far up the road at Haywood in Lancashire. Impressive start for him. Razak having to have all his wits about him to keep him at bay.
I notice young Farrell's got a bit of blood on his face from under his right eye. And he's got a little nick. That would have been caused by the jabs of Sid Razak. Again, Razak showing a good defence.
Attack is the best form of defence, as they say, in many walks of life, and that's the motto of Farrell at the moment, just keeping coming forward despite that little trickle of blood that Mickey spotted. And Razak firing away the uppercut there. He's really fancied that in the first 2 rounds. A big overhand right by Farrell, catches him.
What's good against Sid Razak, you know, even though he's had like over 70 contests, he's lost 66. I know it sounds crazy, but he always tries to win a contest. But he's always been put in against the prospects. And that's like what's happening here tonight in the game. Young Farrell finishing the rank very, very strong.
And of course, Sid is always very busy, so he does take fights at short notice, doesn't he? He probably spends more time fighting than training. And there's the end of the second round.
He certainly does. It's funny, I see him in the corridor earlier on. I said to him, your bank manager will be happy, and he actually laughed. So he's a great asset to our sport.
Let's hear what they're saying in the Farrell corner.
Just a little graze underneath. Pick shots with his kid and it'll work. Yeah. But you have to pick your shots with him, mate. You know what I mean? It's no use just rolling in and not doing anything. Okay. Right, okay, mate. So you've got to roll.
And here's the replay. There's Farrell with those left hands, the jab and then the hooks going into the body of Razak. It's been his most potent weapon, hasn't it? But there he is. He's having his that nick just seemed to underneath the right eye.
Change your plan just because of this.
I noticed that earlier on. That won't give him no trouble. Obviously, won't impair his vision because obviously the blood's going to run down his face. So that won't give him no trouble at all.
And that's just the jab slicing off his cheekbone, really, isn't it, Mickey?
Yeah, I think so. I think that little jab that Razak fires back to let Farrell know he's there. Interesting to see Peter Buckley in the corner. Obviously, Razak being the second tonight. Peter, another one of our elite professionals, had over 300 contests.
Yes, he makes Sid Razak look like a beginner, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. It's great, these boys, you know, I keep saying they're a massive part of our sport and we'll be lost without them. But back in the action again, young Farrell again on the front foot.
He's got so much energy, hasn't he? And he's not afraid to come forward and unleash the big shots on a pretty big stage. His 10th pro fight with all the cameras live on YouTube around the world, and he's out to make a bit of a show of it here if he possibly can.
It certainly is, but you know, Sid Razak won't let him have his own way, which we're seeing now. This is good, like I said at the beginning of the contest. This will be a good test for young Farrell, you know. They get the rounds in. Sid has shown him a few different things, a few different tricks.
And you can see why he's got the moniker Vicious, can't you? Because he puts in some vicious hooks there, and you know he doesn't hold back, does he?
He shows a fantastic variety of shots. That's a good uppercut from him. Got right through the guard there.
Sid holding on just to get a little bit of a breather, getting a little murmur from the referee, but flies back with an uppercut of his own, another left uppercut as well.
Shows good skills in the back foot, Sid. Again, he's holding Farrell here, very clever. Kieran trying to pull himself out.
Oh, and he's just staggered him there a little bit, and now Farrell looking to pile on the pressure, holding on a little bit. Sid smiles at him, a rueful smile.
He started that last attack off with a really good uppercut, young Farrell, but he's just been caught with the left hook himself. He's got to be careful, not have it all his own way.
Yeah, he's piling on the pressure, is Kieran Farrell. He fancies a rare stoppage against Sid Razak. I'm not sure he'll achieve it, but Sid, I think, will be anxious to last the 4 rounds of this super featherweight contest.
You know, if he got to stop it, it would be a bonus, but I'd like to see him do the 4 rounds.
Yeah.
It's all learning.
He's under a lot of pressure, isn't he, Sid, now? He's just... Farrell is always in his face, and Sid now has actually found the centre of the ring for the moment, but he spent a lot of it backed up against the ropes.
I think Farrell realises Sid Razak's not going to hurt him with his shots. That's why now he's been a little bit gung-ho. Good pull away there from young Farrell. That nice little kind of jab come up, like a screw shot he throws with really good effect.
So still Farrell on the attack. There's the bell to end round number 3. A little smile between the two of them. A bit cheeky between the 21-year-old and the 38-year-old there, and a bit more respect demanding.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that's what it is, tongue-in-cheek, a bit of respect.
Get behind that shoulder, right? And punch up. This way. What you do, when you're loading, you stand there, you go walking right back to the ropes, right? What you do, send him one short and turn it into a left hook. Just send him a little feint, he'll stand for it all day long. Send him a little jab, turn it into a hook, right? Man, that's right. But watch him at the first 5 seconds, he's going to come out trying to overpower you. So fuck him about, grab hold of him, walk him back, right? Hold him, punch him at the fucking bones, right?
Somebody who's had now 73 fights, or almost. He last won back, incidentally, Sid, back in January against Joe Tonks in Liverpool. Prior to that, he also won in December 2010. So he doesn't always lose to Sid.
No, he doesn't. And like I said to you, earlier on, if this is a real fighting pride man. He likes to win, try and win. Interestingly, Peter Buckley said to him, grab in the round. Now I noticed he said to him, grab hold of him and walk him down.
Yeah,
that's a famous old trick these old pros do, just to waste a bit of time.
So round 4 of 4, and Kieran Farrell has got to get a motor on if he's going to stop it. I don't think he is going to achieve that at the moment. Razak looks comfortable enough, although as I say that, he takes a step back as he covers up, and the power chop. That's a really crunching shot to the stomach there.
That was a big body shot there. That thing hurt Razak a bit.
And he's looking for trying to buy some time, isn't he? No better way of buying some time than having a quick hold, but Farrell will keep it up because he knows he's got 2 minutes left in which to put together an impressive stoppage victory. Sid, his pride alone will keep him going for those final 2 minutes, though. Another big body shot, a left hook to the body from Farrell, as Mickey said, mixing the shots up brilliantly throughout the course of the 4 rounds, or the 3 and a bit rounds so far, and now beginning to trade both of them, and Sid throwing back as well. Bit of an air shot as he tried to fire something back to just put Farrell off his stroke a little bit, and now Sid regained his composure.
Again, Farrell showing a good variety. Sid slowed the pace down a little bit to suit himself. And here he comes, firing back his own little jab.
Farrell again, impressive, sends Razak staggering back. The referee just has a little look, shakes his head a bit, does Razak there, as if he's a little dazed. I don't know if that's the case.
I noticed Sid gesturing to Farrell's supporters that he's not hurt at all.
Playing rope-a-dope, is he? But now Farrell is firing him, but Razak comes back strongly again, just to say, come on, you whippersnapper, you can't get away with that, you cheeky chappy.
Interesting. But again, it's all good learning. Young Kieran Farrell, like I said at the beginning, it won't hurt him to do the 4 rounds.
And firing and digging in those hurtful body shots. Vicious Kieran Farrell. Haven't spoken to him, but I suspect he's probably rather nicer than his ring persona.
I'm sure he is, and listen, all boxers are good men. It's that when you're in combat, you've got to give yourself a bit of an image, try and sell yourself to the public and TV cameras. That's a bit of a wild shot from him, and Sid Razak pulled away.
And there we go, true respect from the two as they embrace in the ring, and as expected, Kieran Farrell's arm is raised aloft, and that's victory number 10 out of 10 for the boy from Hayward in Lancashire. Look how pleased his supporters are here at the Castle Leisure Centre in Bury, and I dare say he's gained a few new supporters around the world, live here on Hatton TV via YouTube. Don't forget, we're welcoming your messages either via YouTube or Twitter hashtag #HattonTV. And in just a moment, Michael Pass will give us the official score from that first contest of the night here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, referee Michael Alexander has scored this contest for Razak 36 points, for Farrell 40 points, your winner. Now undefeated in 10 professional contests from Haywood, Kieran Vicious Farrell. So, game and brave performance from Sid Razak. Your appreciation, please.
So, as expected, all 4 rounds to Kieran Farrell. True respect to Sid Razak. And in just a moment, we'll drag the young contender, I almost said pretender, but more likely to be a contender in future weeks. And let's see if we can drag him round to be interviewed by Richard Drew. And in the meantime, I think Richard's going to have to go and drag him there. In fact, they're going to find him in a minute. But Mickey, a young man, very, very intelligent and great potential there, I think.
Without a doubt, he's only young, you know, undefeated, and yeah, it's certainly an exciting prospect.
Yeah, okay, well, I think they're just about ready alongside us, so let's join Richard with Kieran Farrell.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Kieran is with me. Well, it went the whole distance. It was a good workout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. Like he's got a bit of a crack on him as well.
And it must be very nice. It's almost a local bout for you. A lot of support for you around ringside.
It's as local as it gets for me, really. 5 minutes up the road, and hopefully if they can keep put me on regular here, and I'll build a bigger fan base.
And you're into double figures of wins now. It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I started my first 9 fights in a small all circuit, and now I think I've arrived now with a good performance there.
What do you think the next move is?
Hopefully a little title. We've done a 6-rounder. I spar 8 and 10 rounds in the gym. We do 10 rounds on my last start day in a body belt with Bobby, so I think the next one's a little title, area title, something like that.
Oh, Vicious, you lived up to your name. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Kieran Farrell.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is in the light welterweight division. Would you please welcome, making his entrance to the ring from the Steel City of Sheffield, Jason Carr.
So this is 25-year-old Jason Carr from Sheffield, making his entrance here at the Castle Leisure Centre in Bury. So come across the Pennines, for those of you who know your UK geography, watching maybe around the world.
And opposing him, making his entrance to the ring from Burton-on-Trent, Tom Shaw.
So now on his way to the ring from Burton-on-Trent, 20-year-old Tom Shaw for just his 3rd professional fight. He's won the first 2, looking to make it 3-0 here in Bury tonight.
gentlemen, once again, Hatton Promotions, sponsored by Viamax Nutrition, live and exclusive on the internet, www.youtube.com/live. Exclusive also on the internet, hattonboxing.tv, as from tomorrow proudly present this next contest. 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the light welterweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue colour shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 9 stone, 12 pounds. Tonight he takes part in his 15th professional contest, presenting from Sheffield, Jason Carr. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the green and red spangled shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scaled 10 stone, 8 ounces. From 2 contests, he has 2 wins. Presenting from Burton-on-Trent, Tom Sure Thing Shaw. Timekeeper once again at the bell is Gary Grenham from Burnley, and the referee once more in charge of the action is Michael Alexander from Doncaster. 4 3-minute rounds.
You both know the rules, so let's just have a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Well done, lads.
So an interesting contest in prospect here at light welterweight, as Michael Pass was describing. Jason Carr out of the red corner from Sheffield. It's Tom Shaw from Burton-on-Trent in the blue. And he's wearing the red and green shorts here at the Castle Leisure Centre in Bury. You seen much of Tom Shaw before in his 2 fights, Mickey?
I have to be honest with you, I like him. You know, he's got a style that suits the professional ranks. You can see him already looking to hunt down Jason Carr, who's obviously that much taller. I think the viewers will be impressed with him. He likes to hook. I'll get close up and get his left hook off. Be interesting to see if he can do that tonight.
Yeah, and immediately break called, a little ungainly right at the start. Jason Carr, as I say, 25, he's got the blue shorts on, tattoos down his shoulders, but Shaw trying to dig in a couple of shots there, didn't really make proper contact, but trying to walk his man down across the ring. Both rather rangy, gangly figures, aren't they, Mickey?
I think you're going to find with Shaw, that's what he's going to have to do, to get close to Carr. He's already having a bit of success already. Jason Carr's going to show a really good defence here. I noticed in his corner Glenn Rhodes is a very experienced man, I'm sure. He's coached him really well. Referee Michael Alexander just fixing the ball is on the outside, coming into the ring.
The hat and clothing is all well and good, but we don't need it in the ring just at the moment. You can order it online, incidentally. And now here's...
There's that left hook I was talking about earlier on. He's trying to get off. But Carr showing a good defence.
But he looks like he's got his work cut out already, Jason Carr. Immediately in defensive mode, isn't he?
He's going to have to be, I think. You know, Shaw's quite aggressive.
Punishing shot to the rib cage there. Left hook again, and trying to unload the big right hand that forced Carr right back against the ropes as he tried to duck out of the way. Evasive action, I think you'd call it.
You know, with Jason Carr, you know, he's a tough man. You know, he's used to this when he boxes.
Shaw on the prowl again.
Interestingly, on his shorts, you notice that he has Shaw thing.
That's a crunching shot to the rib cage again. Maybe slightly slappy, but still felt by Jason Carr right up in front of us, above us, and just unloading now on Carr, who's struggling to get out of the way, although turned him nicely out of the corner under severe pressure.
He done well, he's got caught with a really big right hand against the ropes. It's interestingly, Tom Shaw's going head hunting. There's a big body in front of him which maybe he should target. But Jason Carr done well there to survive that round.
There he is, age 25. 14th, 15th pro fight this.
Just he's going to punch, right, just move. Right, he has to set himself to punch. Right, he's looking to set his feet all the time before he punches. Yeah. So you don't want to be there, Jay. Right, start faking it a little bit. Fake it. Let him think you're going to move. As soon as he comes in tight, he's got to tuck up. Right, he's all power.
So basically telling him that he's got to keep moving to keep out of the way, and I think he's probably sussed that already.
Yeah, he has. But what he's got to do, he's got to come back with his own shots. You know, he's got you know, let Tom Shaw, you know, he's there. You know, it's okay running on defence, but sometimes you've got to come back with a couple of counters of your own. Yeah,
because there's no fear for sure. He knows nothing's coming back, so he can do what he wants, can't he?
Exactly that.
So let's see if he's learned the lesson at the start of round number 2. Jason Carr won on his debut against Craig Dyer, 6-round points victory back in December 2008, but he's struggled since then. 2 draws, both against the same opponent, Jason Thompson, and lost all the rest. So he's got something miraculous to pull out if he's going to chalk up win number 2 against Tom Shaw. Unloads a big right again that doesn't make contact.
Again, like I said, you'd think Shaw would be, you know, having a little feint and have a look at the body, because that's the bigger target. You know.
Shaw, maybe it's too good a thing for him at the moment. He needs to be a bit more savvy, maybe a bit more cute.
Yeah, but this is where, you know, his corner have got to tell him, listen, you know, don't just get going headhunting, you know, because Jason Carr this round so far has shown a good defence on the back foot.
And for a tall man, he's pretty nimble, isn't he?
He's got good skills. He's got good ring craft. But I think, you know, as his corner said to him, let's get your punches going, get your jab off. See, what's happening here is Shaw's dictating because nothing's coming back at him. Yeah.
I dare say if he could tell us now, Carr will probably say, well, he's too busy defending to get any off. But you're exactly right, Mickey. He needs to give Tom Shaw something to think about. At the moment, the only thing Shaw is thinking about is landing a big shot on him.
And I'd like to see Tom Shaw now throw a body shot in there.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing is throwing head punches.
Again, a little bit untidy at the moment. And the referee just having a word with both of them, just saying, come on, we come to box here, not to arm wrestle. Just caught him a little bit there. Went downstairs with the right hand. But again, Carr...
Work it out, see?
Right! Right! Keep the work right up. That's it.
To the right, and you're falling in to your right. Stop and just step across. So then you come bring him back with a left hook, then jab, then left hook. Yeah. You just put in your work.
Do some work, that's it, do some work.
G-boxing, Tom, back to your boxing. Right.
Ready? Downstairs, Tom. Downstairs. Lad, push on it. Body again. And again, Tom. Clean it up there. Ready? Straight back on, Tom. Bobble, Tom. Bobble. Straight back on. Bend the knees, Tom. Bend the knees.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 hard-fought rounds of boxing, referee Michael Alexander has adjudged this contest for Carr 35 points, for Shaw 40 points. Your winner, now undefeated in 3 professional contests from Burton-on-Trent, Tom Shaw. Your appreciation, please, for Sheffield's Jason Carr.
Thank you, Nigel. Yes, I have Tom with me. Tom, it was a tough old fight, that one.
Yeah, it was a tough fight. Awkward to it, kept backing off all the time, but I lunged in a little bit. Should have worked the body a bit more. Paid off it near the end, but a bit too late for the stoppage lot.
So, 3 fights, 3 wins, and you could almost see your confidence building throughout the fight.
Yeah, I'm getting more confident, working harder in the gym with Errol. Just waiting for the chances to come, really.
Talk about the chances to come. What do you see in the next few fights?
Well, I got my home fight in Burton in my own town, so I'm hoping to put on a good performance there. Then I'm waiting October on another acting show, so hopefully put another performance in and see where it ends up.
I can hear your fans, they think you're the sure thing. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
OK, we're not even halfway through the bill here tonight at the Castle Leisure Centre in Bury. We are live around the world on YouTube, as well as obviously with the spectators here. We've had a few messages from YouTube from around the world. Hello to Aga Hadjak, who was the first to comment on YouTube. Also to Tiny Wentz, watching in Pennsylvania in the United States of America. Marcos JPF88 is watching in Brazil. Hello to you. And also hello to Elite Guard Game, who is in Louisiana in the States as well. OK, enough from me. Time to get on with more boxing. So let's get straight across to our MC, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 3rd contest this evening. Would you please welcome, making his entrance to the ring from Nuneaton, Christian Lade. And now presenting the return of the young man from Whitefield, Reese Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, Hatton Promotion, sponsored by Vimax Nutrition, live and exclusive on www.youtube.com/live. Exclusive also on HattonBoxing.tv from tomorrow. Proudly present this next contest for 3-minute rounds of boxing in the Super Bantamweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black and red spangled shorts. At the weight, he scaled 9 stone, 8 pounds. Tonight he takes part in his 111th professional contest, presenting from Nuneaton, one of British boxing's finest stalwarts, Christian Late. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black and blue spangled shorts trimmed with red. At the weight, he scaled 9 stone, 5 pounds. His outstanding record reached 13 contests, 12 wins, 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with just the solitary defeat. Presenting from Whitefield, Reese Pure Silk Roberts. Timekeeper at the bell, once more Gary Grenham from Burnley, and the referee in charge of the action for this contest is Mr. Steve Gray from Fleetwood for 3-minute rounds.
Okay, fellas, if I call break, make sure you take one step back, okay? No punches around the back of the head. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys. Shield, Christian. Time, please, second down.
Test for Reese Roberts, who's just trying to suss him out at the moment. Late with the, by the look of it, longer reach, and obviously the height as well. So that's a particular physical problem for Roberts to work out as he flashes out the left jab.
Yeah, and Late's, I was going to say earlier, you watch him change stance, and he's already done that. He's gone to orthodox.
Yep.
So he's not, he's going to unsettle Reese Roberts, but.
Reese just trying to throw the combinations there, but he's just a little wary that he might get caught on the way in.
He's got to be careful with a taller man. You know, he's got to use his fast hands and use plenty of feints to get in there. But again, Christian Lake, you know, turn southpaw and get a nice southpaw jab off and keep switching.
So a little bit of a hush come over the Castle Leisure Centre.
Yeah, he's looking for openings, Reese Roberts. You know, you can tell he's looking, showing the odd feint. Good shot from Luca, left hook there. Lake laughs at him. I think he felt that one, Christian Lake. That was a good sharp left hook from Roberts. Interestingly, you know, Roberts shares the same camp as our top of the bill, Scott Quigg. Both at the same weight.
Yeah, it's a big night for the Collyhurst and Moston gym. I'll be looking for Reese to get them underway with the first victory of the night, to add to a second, they hope, in the top of the bill.
Just whipped in a nice little left hook to the body just a minute ago. You'll see with Reese, he's a sharp puncher.
And got into the swing of it again right at the end. Just caught him with a little left hook. And here we are in the Roberts corner, Pat Barrett with the advice. Can't hear them at the moment, but they'll be discussing some of this. There's a good little left from Roberts, and then throws the left-right combination again. Little cagey, Mickey, but Roberts just looking for the openings, as you say. There's no point going gung-ho, is there?
No, it's not against it. No, a man is obviously slightly bigger than him. Obviously got a little bit of weight advantage as well.
So looking pretty unflustered, Reese Roberts.
I think now Pat Barrell said, listen, you know, the first round's out of the way, let's go to work. You know what he's all about. Let's step this pace up and start getting the shots off.
Yeah. So round number 2, this at super bantamweight, although Reese Roberts did win the International Masters featherweight title here back last November over 10 rounds against George Gachikaladze. So that was a points victory over 10. This is a short sprint by comparison, over 4. Easing him back in after that hand injury against Daniel Kojo Sasu.
Interestingly, you know, you can tell his body's growing. Maybe them super bantamweight days may be over. You know, he looks quite trim at 9'5". As we know, the featherweight limit is 9 stone and super bantam is 8 stone 10. So maybe them days, Nigel, could be over.
Yeah.
At super bantamweight.
Yeah, quite possibly. Certainly got great muscle definition, hasn't he, about his body now, and
he's growing. He's, you know, 22.
This is 14th pro fight, lost just that one with that retirement with a broken hand.
Again, Christian Lake showing good defences, not letting him back out.
Back to the southpaw for Lake at the moment, just trying to confuse Roberts. Giving an extra to think about, extra problems with the angles. But Roberts not going to be suckered into anything, is he?
No, he's not. He's just having a look. It's like a lot I see him now. Maybe enforce the pace a little bit more. And he's doing plenty of feinting and head movement and body movement. Might see him speed up his work rate. You know, he's dictating, but not really throwing an awful lot of shots.
Yeah, dictating, but not dominating.
Yeah, well said, Nigel.
He's a barber by trade, his day job. He's cut my hair once. I'm not sure he could find any more after that.
lucky he can fight, eh?
He did a good job, and I wasn't prepared to argue when he had scissors in his hands. But he's got lethal weapons there in his fists, if he lands them correctly.
Good shot.
Yeah, excellent.
Nice right hand from him now. He's got to be careful. Got caught there on the way in with a right hook from Lake.
Lake says, right, we've done the southpaw bit, let's switch back again.
Like I said earlier, he's always in great shape, Christian Lake. Look, you know, he's very talented. Shows great defensive skills. He's not got hardly a mark on his face. We've over him 100 contests. Again, not a busy round, but I think you've got to slightly edge it to Reese Roberts there.
Nice and deep, you all right?
Yeah, George got it.
I like that. Just move away then, stop standing in front of him, taking the piss. Just move away, flick your jab. Lots of feints when he what's it, when he
Keep on the move, yeah?
Just start the move. That's what you can do, flick your jab. Keep feinting and he'll punch out of range and then just walk off, yeah? And drink. Lots of feints, lots of movement.
Interesting tactics there, just basically keep out of range, make him miss, Mickey, and I suppose you make him miss, he can't score points potentially.
Exactly that,
but it's not much of a fight though, is it?
No, it's not, but that's the art of the sport, when it not getting hit and obviously coming back, but obviously they're quite happy for him to be defensive. I think with viewers watching, what you got to realise with journeymen is they show a lot of defensive skills, and the reason they do that because they want to not get stopped. It keeps them out of work for like 28 days. At least this way they can keep themselves busy.
Yep, and here we are in round number 3, live on YouTube. If you are just logging on, joining us, you're very, very welcome wherever you are around the world. Send us messages via YouTube or via Twitter, #HattonTV. We'll maybe be saying hello to you a little bit later, but for the moment it's Reese Roberts trying to ask some questions of Christian Late, the taller of the two. Late back in southpaw mode just for the moment. Roberts trying to get in close enough to land because Late has such a reach advantage. Don't know the measurements, but it's quite considerable. But skill can overcome those sort of things, Mickey.
Without a doubt, but it's up to Roberts, to change the pattern of the contest. Be busier. I think if he used to be busier, emphasis and sharper foot movement.
It's all a bit of a stroll at the moment, isn't it? Maybe just needs to step on the gas, yeah?
Yeah, it's quite simple for him. But this is shooting Christian Late. He's having quite a nice work in front of him. I think he'd be quite happy doing what he's doing.
And the pressure on the home fighter, isn't it, to come up with the answers. Late can dance around for 4 rounds and be quite happy.
He certainly is, but if you want to sell tickets and be a star, you've got to be a bit of a standout. This kid is so talented, Nigel. He's got such fast hands. He's a good-looking kid. He's got it all. He's got it all to go for. I think, especially fighting at home, put a bit of show on for your own fans.
Maybe needs to believe in himself a bit more. Do you think?
I think he does. I think maybe he's a bit weary. Christian Lake being such a good journeyman, and maybe that little bit much bigger. I'm looking at for excuses for him. Because this kid is really talented.
So we're laying down the challenge then for Reese Roberts in the last 40 seconds or so of this round, and the whole of round 4 to go out and take the fight by the scruff of the neck.
And you know what? He has to do that, especially being at home. He's got to be busier.
And you can tell the tempo is slow because the noise in the hall's dropped, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly quieting the crowd up.
It's like a good football team, isn't it? Go away from home, whether you're talking soccer or NFL, go to away ground and quieten the crowd. That's half the battle, and Late's certainly achieved that here.
He certainly has, and I said, this suits him.
And Roberts goes back to his corner with a slight grimace, as if I should be doing better than that.
Round 2, you're waiting too long. When you throw it in one shot, you don't know it's going to land, so follow through. Yeah. But use your speed. Speed kills. You're doing it well. You're beating him to the jab, but work off it now. Come on. Feint. Let me see some body shots. In and out, like we're just doing. Whip it and out. Look to put it again at a different angle. Come on, look for them angles now. Let's see them angles now. Fucking out there now. Put them together now. But don't be careless, right? Go out there and put these shots together now. Drum roll. Right? Do what you do best. Let's see speed. Come on now. Beautiful boxing. More left jabs.
Speed kills there from Pat Barrett. drum roll, boom, 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 boom. Well, I hate to say we know it all, but that's what we've been saying, isn't it?
It has, and you know, Pat's right to say it to him. You know, Pat's former European champion, he knows his stuff, and he's in good hands. And I think Pat can feel it as well. You know, you want this kid to shine in front of his own crowd. But he's right. You know, let's up it.
So 3 minutes to impress then for Reese Roberts to be busy. Follow the jab in and give us a flurry of punches. And he seems to be trying to do that. Maybe the pep talk has got through and he's busier. To be fair, Pat Barrett did say, but you've got to be, you've got to be careful as well.
Of course you have. You know, there's that old saying, you can't go out in the rain not get wet. But he's certainly got up his work rate.
It's difficult, I suppose, when you've boxed 10 rounds, maybe to just get back into the 4-round mentality, Mickey, is it?
Yeah, maybe it is for him, but you'd think, again, being at home, and I'm repeating myself, and viewers are probably thinking, he's at home, come and excite, But listen, we got to give full credit to Christian Lake. He's doing a fantastic job in there. He's doing his job really well. He's nullifying everything Reese Roberts throws at him and showing good defence and good footwork, and very cleverly slipping the punches.
Roberts trying to lend that jab now, still firing it out, but it's the punches that follow up from it is what he needs, isn't it?
But it's interesting, the Late's catching Roberts in with that little right jab when he comes in.
Late there went, ooh, when the jab caught him with mockingly, I have to say, not because he thought it hurt him, but it's just to say you've impressed me with that one.
I tell you, Christian Lake fancies this. Yeah. He really fancies this now. He's kind of calling Roberts on as well. You notice that little feint on.
So Roberts has got to respond and just not be careless. He turned away from one there that, if he hadn't been as quick, might just have caused him a problem. Minute left of the final round, and Reese Roberts throws the right, and then again, but it lands on the glove.
Yeah, the shoulders, he brings his shoulders up really well to defend his chin. Late.
Yeah, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and that final piece is missing at the moment.
I said in the intro, Christian Lake always comes in great shape. He's talented. I think he's proved it again tonight. He's kind of played with Reese Roberts at times. Now he's waved him on. It's the kidology of this man. You always wonder maybe if the right person would have got over him, could he have been a champion himself?
Yeah. He's got all the physical attributes, hasn't he? And the ring craft. And there is the bell to end the contest. Steve Gray holds aloft Reese Roberts' hand, and in his own way, Christian Lake was a victor there as well, because he fulfilled his role perfectly.
Yeah, well said, Nigel. I think he had the biggest smile there, even though the decision went against him.
Yeah, so that was about 111 for Christian Lake, just 14 for Reese Roberts, and I suppose that says it all. The extra experience of Late maybe just frustrating Reese Roberts, getting a consoling pat on the head from Mike Jackson in the corner. Pat Barrett just emphasising the lessons that were learned, and now we can declare the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing action, referee Steve Gray has scored this contest for Late. 36 points for Roberts, 40 points. Your winner on his return from Whitefield, Reese Pure Silk Roberts. The appreciation, please, on Nuneaton's Christian Lake.
So applause from his hometown supporters for Reese Roberts, who we'll get a word with in just a minute. The doctor just checked him over to make sure he's okay. He's just going to pose in the ring for the photographers. Give himself time to have a little think maybe what he's going to say. I suspect when he talks to Richard in a moment, Mickey.
Yeah, I'm sure inwardly he'd be happy to get back to winning ways, get back in the ring. But I think inwardly as well he may be a bit disappointed with that performance, and be interesting what he's got to say.
Yeah, it will. So photos done, and then Reese is going to climb through the ropes and have a word with Richard at ringside, here live on Hatton TV via YouTube. Over to Richard Drew.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Yeah, Reese is with me now. Pure Silk, your nickname, was that as silky as you would have liked?
Yeah, well, I got a good 4 rounds underneath the belt. It wasn't anything good, you know, that can test me, but I've got 4 rounds under my belt, and since the last fight when I done my hand in, I thought I'd done all right, you know.
How is your hand? I mean, it's always a worry. I guess it's in the back of your mind when you've hurt your hand, you broke your hand in the last bout. Does that go out of your mind quite quickly?
Well, after the last time, that's the 3rd time, it did worry me. The doctors were worried, but I'm with a fantastic physio, Stuart Cosgrove, and he said he'll mend it for me, and been having some brilliant sessions with him, and he said it's 100%, and I've learnt some new rapping techniques that's helped it, and through that fight then there's no problem, so that's the main thing.
Of course, Christian Late was a late replacement. How difficult is that when you're preparing for a fight?
I don't let it faze me. With my style, I think I can box anybody, and I do what I want to do in the ring. And you know, with Christian there, he's very tall, he's a lot heavier than me. It's quite awkward, you know, like he switches, but I handle him well and just got the 4 rounds underneath my belt.
You say you fancy fighting anybody. Who do you think you will be fighting soon?
I don't have any idea about that, but you know, I just take each fight as it comes. With my man here, Pat Barrett, has done absolute wonders with me, and I mean wonders. Without this man, I won't be here now.
Let's have a quick word with him. You're happy with how it went tonight?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. This is the best I've ever seen him box, really. I mean, that left jab in, and he's believed in himself and his ability. He boxed brilliant, boxed beautiful. You'd all seen that. It was a dream.
All right, gentlemen, I'll let you get back to the dressing room. Thank you very much. Congratulations again to Pure Silk, Reese Roberts. Well, as Reese goes back to the dressing rooms, we're halfway through the bill tonight, of course. And if you're watching us not here physically, but on YouTube around the world, remember, please do contact us either on YouTube through the Hatton TV site or on Twitter. Hatton TV is how you can contact us. And as a little incentive, I am told we have 5 prizes of £20 gift vouchers to spend at the Hatton gift shop, so I'm not quite sure how we are selecting them, but please do contact us, and we will be reading some of those out later on this evening here at the Castle Leisure Centre in Bury. As I said, halfway through tonight's boxing. Let's get on with some more boxing. Let's get across to our MC, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the boxing action. This is 6 3-minute rounds of an international contest. Would you please welcome, making his entrance to the ring from Birmingham, Tony Randell.
So, making his way to the ring, 29-year-old Birmingham boxer Tony Randell, the Randazzler, as he's sometimes known. Great moniker.
You know what, I love nicknames for fighters, you know. Even when I was boxing, they said, what's your nickname? I couldn't even think of one, but as we go along in sport, you know, it's great, you know, these characters, you know, so hopefully maybe, what do you think he'll live up to his nickname?
Yeah, well, let's hope he will. The Randazzler then, Tony Randell, coming into the ring for this international contest.
And introducing our continental visitor from Bergamo, Italy, Luca Messi.
So now it's a welcome back to these shores to the Bergamo Bomber. That's Luca Messi from Bergamo in Italy. We last saw him over here when he fought Ryan Rhodes for the European title at Ponds Forge in Sheffield back in May 2010. Rhodes won that title, of course, and went on to fight for the world crown. Luca Messi, though, a world performer himself, and back here and a very welcome visitor.
Handsome Promotions, sponsored by Viamax Nutrition, live and exclusive on the internet, www.youtube.com/live. Proudly presents 6 3-minute rounds of an international light middleweight contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colored shorts trimmed with red and white. At the weight he scaled 11 stone, 5 pounds. Tonight he takes part in his 38th professional contest, presenting from Birmingham, Tony Randazzler Randell. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with red, green and black. At the weight he also scaled 11 stone, 5 pounds. His record reads 45 contests, 36 wins. 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 8 defeats and 1 draw. Presenting from Bergamo, Italy, the Bergamo bomber, Luca Messi. Timekeeper at the bell, once more, Gary Grennan from Burnley. And the referee in charge of the action, Doncaster's Michael Alexander. 6 3-minute rounds.
Right, lads, you both know the rules, so let's just have a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times. Just goes back to your corners.
So, just about to get underway then with an international light middleweight contest. Tony Randell from Birmingham against Luca Messi from Italy. And lots of experience in the ring here. 199 rounds boxed so far by Tony Randell, so 200 up here this very moment as he takes on former world title contender Luca Messi, who's been in with some big-name fighters, lost to Michel Picarillo for the European title, and also to Alexandro Garcia for the WBA world title way back in August 2005.
Both top fighters, so he's mixed in really good company, and obviously our own Ryan Rhodes has defeated him, but as you rightly said, before he went on to box the world title. So we've got a bit of international flavour here, chance for people around the world to see former world title challenger, and also a chance for Tony Randell, you know, to make a name for himself, Nigel.
Yeah, definitely. As Michael Pass said, his 38th professional contest, 46th one for Luca Messi, so no learners in there today, no need for L plates, and Messi hasn't fought since took on Ryan Rhodes, so this is a bit of a warm-up fight, one suppose, as he's obviously fancies having another bash at it.
The thing is, if you want to get back into contention, you've got to get back busy.
And probably nothing better to showcase the fact that he's back than to be live on YouTube around the world for watching promoters.
Without a doubt, and you know, this is the vehicle for the future. And again, you get, you know, tens and hundreds of thousands of people getting the opportunity to see you as well, so you can showcase your talent.
So Messi just walking him down and lands a right that rocked back the head of the Birmingham boy. Not particularly a big puncher, Messi. 12 KOs in his 36 wins. So that's probably what's held him back, Mickey, I suppose. He might have won some bigger titles had he had more of a dig on him.
Yeah, I think when you get to that elite world level, I think you've got to be a big puncher. But you can see with Luca Messi, you know, he's quite short for the weight. You know, he's very stocky. He's always going to be the aggressor. He's having a good first round here.
Certainly dictating it.
He's throwing a good variety of punches, head and body. Again, Tony Randell showing a good defence. He's going to have to, I think, to keep the Italian off him.
There's 6 rounds. Messi at 36. I suppose you could wonder if he'll the stamina, but I would have thought he'll last 6. He's been used to fighting 10 and 12, isn't he, Mickey?
I'm sure he will. Of course he will. You know, and don't forget he's come over. He needs to get back to winning ways, so he'll be in great shape.
Bravo. Va bene,
I'm not sure how Italian is, but
deve sedura. Sedura. Silenzio, stai calmo, stai calmo, stai calmo, stai calmo.
Maybe our viewers in Italy can message us and tell us what was being said. But here is some of that first round action, Mickey, and Messi on the attack.
Yeah, he was on the attack throughout the round. You can see him here again, looking to offload to head and body. Tony Randell showing a good defence. I think that will be the pattern of the contest.
And there's Luca Messi getting some wise words. I'm pretty sure the gentleman standing up just outside the ropes, one of his seconds, is his brother, who's a Catholic priest and works in the Vatican. I remember that from the Ryan Rhodes fight.
Good knowledge, Nigel.
Still got God on his side, so that can't be bad. Round 2 of 6, live here on YouTube via Hatton TV. Nigel Turner and Mickey Cantwell with you here ringside. We're still, of course, anticipating a mouth-watering clash later on. Scott Quigg against Franklin Varela, the WBA Super Bantamweight World Title Eliminator. But for the moment, it's Luca Messi.
Good right hand over the top there. Randell took it well.
Messi again just walking him down across the ring.
Just look, you know, he's the hunter and he's just hunting Randell down, and Randell's going to show good defence here. As I said, I don't think the pattern's going to change throughout the contest.
So Messi just keeping up it's not a fast, furious pace, but it's steady, isn't it? Just continuing. He's always there, and he's even close range, pummeling shots into the body, just sapping the energy, no doubt, out of his opponent. But Tony Randell will have seen it all before, no doubt.
A nice right hand himself there from the Sheffield man, you know, for a nice right hand on the kick. That's better from him, you know, that's what he's got to do. Get his, you know, let Messi think about a few things. He's got all the advantages. Tony Randell, you know, nice and tall. Again, I think we spoke earlier on in the night, you know, the first contest about someone believing in themselves. I think Randell, it's better from him.
Yep.
Again, aggressive Italian.
But from Randell's point of view, he's got to fight the boxer, not the reputation, hasn't he?
Without a doubt. And I think maybe as the contest wears on, he can showcase his own skills. That's better from him.
There's a significant volume of extra punches coming from Messi, though, all the time, isn't there? So
yeah, that's his style. You know, remember with Ryan Rhodes, you know, he tried. You know, in the early round, he was busy. So Rhodes found the keys to open him up and obviously wear him down. So I don't think Tony Randell punches hard enough to discourage him at all.
Messi then still
showing good footwork. The Italian, I noticed the way he cuts the ring down really well. So Tony Randell's having to work so hard on the back foot, Nige, and to keep out of trouble.
And there's the bell to end the round. Another one for the Italian, you would think, as Randell goes back to his corner.
How do you feel? Good? Hey, well, don't switch off then, in the middle of the round. You was pissing the round and then you switched off. Okay? Keep to the game plan all the time. Listen, the one that's doing him is the right hand. He never threw so many fucking straight right hands.
And there's one's hitting him.
But stick in, go bam, step in with it, got me.
Apologies for the language coming out of the Randell corner, but trying to motivate their man, say, why did you switch off in mid-round? Concentration is the thing, Mickey, isn't it?
Without a doubt, and I think, you know, the corner probably frustrated because he did have a bit of success early on, and they can obviously see, you know, their man doing very well in this contest, and I think they're trying to ignite you know, that passion into him to make him go out there and do more.
So up first is Tony Randell. Round 3 of 6 here live on YouTube across the world. Good to have you with us, and hope you'll stay with us for the top of the bill contest. Scott Quigg, Franklin Varela, around about 9:45 British time, wherever you are in the world. I'm sure you can work that out. Roughly 45 minutes or so, depending on how other things go. Luca Messi on the attack again, but Randell this time lands a couple. But he's on the back foot all the time and having to move, and body shot just forces him back again.
That's better from Randell. He's got to be careful because he's walking one way. Messi would know that. He's walking him down all the time. He's going to his left, so I think Randell should, you know, occasionally change direction.
Round and round in circles at the moment. Randell throwing more back in this round though than he had in the previous two. But still, it's Messi dominating. And then trapped in that neutral corner. Punishing body shots slapped in by Luca Messi.
Messi's certainly the more busy of the two. I think that's what, you know, his cornerman was saying to Randell. You know, he had success with them shots, but be a bit more busier. He's certainly being busy in this round.
He certainly has.
But again, up close, Messi's the one throwing the punches.
Randell ducked out of the way of that right hook swung in by Messi. Minute left on the round, and Messi doing all the work, and a good right catches Randell and just sways back to take the full force out of it, but had to take evasive action.
Good body shots there from Randell. I think you touched on it. I know I said it earlier, you know, about people, fighters believing in themselves. I think as this contest is growing, Tony Randell is certainly doing that.
But Messi just keeps up the pressure. Towards the end of round number 3. Nothing that makes you suggest that it's going to be anybody but the Italian who wins this, and just rocks him back.
Good set there, good right hook it was. The Italian finishing stronger.
He's won the round anyway, but a good way to impress the referee who's scoring this. Shot right at the end of the round. There is Luca Messi. Won the first 12 fights of his career, and then fighting for the Italian welterweight title way back in October 1999. Got KO'd by McCauley Orlando. But things got better after that.
It certainly has. He's obviously got better with age, and he's been around the game a long time. You know, distinguished amateur. He's in great shape for a 36-year-old man.
He has kept up the pressure all the time. It's like almost like sprinting the marathon, isn't it? The way he's gone at this, he's got into top gear and he just kept on going.
Like I said earlier, he's got one of those styles where, you know, where he has to be busy. He's the one who's got to dictate the pace because of disadvantages in height.
So round number 4 of 6.
But he's very clever. You watch him cut the ring down. You know, he walks your opponent down.
And for the first time, Randell gets a little bit of joy.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to back this man up. Show him something different. Good right hand from him there again.
3 significant punches landed by the Birmingham man in this round, but he's gone back into defensive mode again when perhaps he was beginning to get the...
Messi throwing a low one there, and the referee just caught him doing that. Probably an old little trick. He slipped in one there knowing Randell's having a bit of success.
Yeah.
You always get away with 1 or 2 low blows before you get warned.
That knowing, apologetic smile, sorry, ref. But yes, he certainly was caught 3 times in the first minute of this round. But now comes Messi again, and right in the corner above us, Randell scoots out of danger eventually, not before taking a bit of punishment from the Italian.
Got any young boxers watching this man work tonight? Watching when he gets up close, he throws. The minute he gets there, he throws really fast punches.
Doesn't waste a lot of energy, does he?
No, he's very clever. He's walking the ring down.
Somebody younger, more inexperienced, might have been throwing him all the time, but he waits till he's in range and knows he's going to land.
He certainly does, and this is very clever. Watching the way it is cuts the corner, ring down. The Birmingham man has to work so hard on the back foot. But even off offense, Messi shows good skills by moving his head.
So Luca Messi.
Good left up there from the Italian.
And again, he's got back into his stride, hasn't he, after the early seconds when his opponent actually found a bit of form.
Yeah, his work rate is so much more higher than Tony Randell's. I think that's that's the difference here.
Busy fighter. Perhaps you wouldn't expect him with a 36-year-old, but he's just on the move all the time against the younger man.
He throws in clusters. With Tony, just throws 1s and 2s, which, I think if he sat with him and had a little going through 3 and 4 himself. But again, the Italian feeling strongly there. I think another round in the bag. Would you agree, Nigel?
Yeah, definitely. Perhaps gave a slight indication at the start of the round that maybe things might change. Messi, with I suppose all the experience that he's got, was able to get back into his stride. Didn't allow it to worry him too much. Maybe slipped in the low blow. I think you said that, but I wouldn't possibly say that. And now here's the action again, familiar action with Randell on the back foot and Messi just hunting him down.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it's interesting. I was looking at the corner there. Tony Randell in between the break. There's that little low blow. The referee pulling him up for.
Actually, did it?
Yeah, it was borderline, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he looks nice and calm, doesn't he, Tony? And look, he's obviously in great shape. Physically looks in fantastic condition.
Just got a few problems in front of him, called Luca Messi. 5th of 6 rounds here, live on YouTube from Hatton TV.
Nice little feint to the body there from Tony Randell. This is what he's got to do more of. This is what he's got to do. He's got to be busier, dictate.
He's got the equipment to do it. He's got those
certainly
levers,
has.
Hasn't he? And
he certainly, he's got the tools.
Rock's back, didn't actually touch down. Just well, I think the referee said a slip. I'm not sure whether exactly what the connection was.
I thought the left hand, left hand went there from Messi.
But Randell managed not to touch down, as I say, so no need for a count. Messi perhaps didn't step in as quick as he might have done to keep up the pressure, but here he is again.
Again, the pattern goes back to previous 4 rounds. We've got the Italian being the aggressor, showing good head movement on the way in. Again, Randell shows in glimpses his talent.
Messi just keeping it up, keeping that tempo up again, and Randell is being forced back again, right in the Italian's corner now. The referee calls break to give a bit of respite to Tony Randell. Messi with a snapping jab out there.
I was just thinking, for a shorter man, he's having an awful lot of success with that jab.
The right hand there clipped Randell as well.
Constantly moving his head, Messi. Constantly, you watch him, he just moves it. Good again.
As we said at the start, we shouldn't forget that he's fought at a very high level as Luca Messi, so this was a tall ask for Tony Randell anyway, but a chance for him to impress, as you said at the beginning, and he's done a good job, hasn't he? But perhaps, you know, maybe hasn't learned from some of the success he had in the previous round.
I think it's going back to, you know, believing you can win this contest. If you look at him here now, you think, yeah, you can do this. But it just shows him small glimpses, and I think he's got to be a lot more positive for longer periods in the contest.
Yeah. So,
like what he's doing here, which is really good. But again, I think we've got to give the round to Messi.
Yes, I think clearly he's won all 5 so far. The most interesting challenge I'm looking forward to now is the post-fight interview, which Richard Reese got to do. I'm pretty sure that Luca does speak a bit of English. We'll find out.
We'll see how good British Italian is. I'm pretty sure normally you're an interview man, and I think can you speak a bit of Italian?
No. Here we are with a bit of action with Randell just making a little bit of success there, connecting, but it's really been Messi one way. Now, if you stood the two of them up, Mickey, before a fight and didn't know who they were, and say who's going to win this, you'd pick the younger man, wouldn't you? But Messi, you know, for 36, he's an athlete, even though he's stocky and well built.
Without a doubt, I think that's a good point. If you looked at, you know, but I think, you know, even, you know, Errol in his corner was said to him, look, you know, come on, let's have a big last round. You know, show your attributes, show how good you are.
Yeah.
As you said, this is, you know, live on YouTube everywhere. Now make a name for himself.
Come on, Tony, you've got 3 minutes to impress the world on YouTube, live from Hatton TV.
There you go, look at that. See, he's talented, look.
Absolutely, he threw it right there, but maybe not the conviction to follow it up. That's it.
I think that's the word. That's the word we're looking for, I think.
Well, it's taken a 6th round, but we found the word, and can Randell find the punch? Somehow, I don't think so at this late stage, but you never know. That's the drama, the glory of this this sport, isn't it?
And he's got to be careful. He's, you know, got that left hand, that right hand. Messi favours getting caught with it. He should bring his left hand back when he throws it.
So come on, you YouTube viewers, let us know what you think. Can Luca Messi be a serious force in the international scene again? On the evidence of this, let us know via the YouTube comments or via Twitter, #HattonTV. What we said, it's been an entertaining contest. There's been plenty to enthuse about, hasn't there?
Without that, it's been very absorbing. You know, the styles have blended well together. I think you'd like to see Tony Randell being a bit more busier. But look at Messi, you know, he's the visitor of our shores. He's certainly come over with intentions to win, and he's gone out to win every round.
Yeah, so Luca Messi advances once more. Randell just ducks under his arm to get out of the way.
It's been a really good contest. You know, there's not been no infringements. The referee, all he's had to do is keep himself on the outside. Again, you can see Randell again himself shows good defensive skills, and on the back foot here, that nice jab.
But Messi again there was just making him miss, wasn't he? And Randell once again finds himself trapped in the neutral corner. Break called by the referee.
A bit of credit to both men extremely good conditioning. So the credit goes to the cornerman here. This has been boxed at a really high pace. Good shots there from the Italian.
Really putting it together in the final round. Luca Messi. This is a 6th rounder, but he could easily have gone 8 or 10, couldn't he?
When you boxed at world level, Nigel, you know, you can tell now, you know, as the rounds go on, Messi just seems to warm into him, you know. You can tell even, you know, he's having time for a bit of showboating because he feels he's got the contest in the bag. This week, like I said, Tony Randell jump on him and have a little go. Good shot from him.
nothing to be lost here at all, is there, by Tony Randell if he just has a pop?
It's been a really good, entertaining contest.
And there we are. True respect from the two boxers. And Randell's got the decision. So what do you think of that, Mickey?
I'm pleasantly shocked.
Well, even Errol in Randell's corner has got a big smile on there. And well, we are, as you can tell, we're shocked. I'm sure you'll let us know on YouTube what you think of it. Let's declare the result with Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 extremely hard-fought rounds of boxing, referee Michael Alexander has scored this contest for Messi 57 points, for Randell 59 points. Your winner from Birmingham, Tony Randell.
Well, we call it as we see it, Mickey. I think you and I disagree with the decision, don't we? We've got to be honest.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I think that the Italians are really shocked.
Luca Messi can't understand it, but
I thought he well won it. I thought.
So Luca Messi is in the ring, a little bit bemused, and everybody on YouTube going crazy with the result. But let's join Richard Drew.
Thank you very much. I have the Randazzler, Tony Randell, is with me. There was a little bit of surprise when that result was announced. Were you surprised?
No, I wasn't. I just took it as it came. So I just thought there's no point being a bit optimistic. Let's just go in and do this.
What was the secret to your success?
Just be confident and relaxed. Try and enjoy myself. Inside I'm smiling, but outside I'm focused.
Now, he's a difficult customer. What was the most difficult thing about that fight?
Locking off and just losing concentration and just standing and trading. I think the key to this fight was to keep moving, jabbing and moving.
And from here, does that give a boost to your career?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Big boost.
We'll let you get back. We'll try and catch a word with Luca. Thank you very much, Tony Randell.
Thank you.
Luca, you happy to have a chat? Well, Luca, there was a little bit of surprise about that. What's your reaction?
I'm surprised. I'm sorry, but I'm not speaking good English. But I worked for 6 rounds, very easy, no problem for me. And I catch a little fight, and I don't know why this referee. It's incredible.
You certainly have won over the crowd, that's for sure. You seem to enjoy your boxing in England, certainly up to a few minutes ago.
Yes, I fight in England last year for a World title, and this night for me is a little return in the ring. 6 rounds, I think I work with the black man, good boxer, but he no win with me. I don't know why.
So you're still a bit mystified as to what happened up there?
For me, it's a big problem, this. I'm sorry.
Can I just ask you one quick question? Obviously, not the youngest boxer. Are you intending to carry on boxing for quite some time now?
Yes, I want fight because I love box, I love fight, and I love the box live. I am a boxer, and I want buy a boxer for 1, 2, or 3 years. I don't know, but I want to win. No, I want not to lose. Now I live in Italy, but I don't know.
Well, I know you're very disappointed, Luca. I don't have many words of Italian, but grazie mille.
Sorry for my English. Buonasera.
Ladies and gentlemen, Luca Messi, Bergamo bomber. Well, obviously very disappointed, Luca there, but certainly a talking point here. And we've had a lot of messages on the internet from our Twitter account. We've got to say hello to Nordad and to Jenny, and also I've been asked to give a shout to the lads in St John, ABC Chorlton. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Now, you might be interested in this, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Jackalope is watching in the Bath in East Yorkshire. Apparently that is true. And Truth Boxing, they're watching in Aspen, Colorado in the States. We've also been asked to say hello to Peter Carman and low Blow, or Low Bow I think it is, has asked if he's won the vouchers. The answer is, you're very cheeky, you don't win if you have to ask. Okay, you can see that Luca is making his way out of the arena. It's time for us to get on with more boxing. Let me pass you over to our MC for the evening, Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our penultimate contest before the main event. Would you please welcome, making his entrance to the ring from Halesowen, Kevin McCauley.
So now on to the co-supporting feature of the night here, live on YouTube from Hatton TV. And this is Kevin McCauley at light middleweight from Halesowen in the West Midlands, making his way to the ring as we're all trying to digest that last result with the defeat of Luca Messi. I'm sure you'll let us know on YouTube, on the comments, or via Twitter, #HattonTV. Mickey and I, well, I think we both scored it all 6 rounds to Luca Messi, but hey-ho, that's boxing.
That's what makes this sport so interesting, you know. The most important man, the referee, he felt Tony Randell done enough, and at the end of the day, we've got to go with that and respect that decision. But as you said, occasionally, me and you could agree, and tonight we have for once in a long time.
And now the hard-hitting young boxer from Minsk, Belarus, the undefeated Sergey Rabchenko.
Sergey Rabchenko from Minsk in Belarus, making his name now with Hatton Promotions here in England. 17 fights undefeated, 12 KOs. This could be the fight with fireworks.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Hatton Promotions, sponsored by Vimax Nutrition, live and exclusive once again on www.youtube.com/live. Proudly present 8 3-minute rounds of an international light middleweight contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black and gold spangled shorts. At the weighing he scaled, 11 stone, 5 pounds. Tonight he takes part in his 39th professional contest, presenting from Halesowen in the West Midlands, Kevin McCauley. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colour shorts trimmed with silver. At the weighing he scaled, 11 stone, 2 pounds. He has an outstanding record, a perfect undefeated 17 contests, 17 wins, 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting from Minsk, Belarus, Sergey Rabchenko. Timekeeper at the bell, Burnley's Gary Grennan, and the referee in charge of the action, Fleetwood's Steve Gray. 8 3-minute rounds.
Okay, boys, if I call break, make sure you take one step back, okay? No punches around the back of the head. Good luck, boys. Back to your corners.
Okay, so here we go for the first round between Sergey Rabchenko and Kevin McCauley. Rabchenko 17-0, and McCauley in his 39th fight.
Good left hook. Rabchenko, about to say, he's a big puncher. Left hook straight away, he's caught McCauley. This could go early, Nige.
Yeah, we know he's a puncher, Rabchenko. 12 KOs in his 17.
Yeah, he's very heavy-handed. We've seen plenty of him. It has been muted. This could be a world star.
Well, he's the mandatory challenger for the European title, so clearly, you know, he's in line for titles.
Again, left up again. He's done McCauley. Relay reaction.
And I think he's going to be fortunate to last the round, and there we are. Rightly, I think the referee decides that enough is enough.
I know Kevin McCauley will be disappointed with that, but you know, he's faced a world-class puncher in Sergey Rabchenko.
So Michael Pass in the ring, just checking there. There's a left hook that just sent him staggering down, and not surprised that the referee stepped in. It was the right decision, wasn't it? You know, different class really, wasn't it?
Without a doubt. And I know Kevin McCauley, you know, earlier on, they're looking, you know, to box this man, so, you know, get into the contest. But Rabchenko didn't give him a chance. You know, that was the second one. That was the stoppage. You know, he's just so, as we said in the night, you know, he's so heavy-handed.
Yeah, he certainly is. Right, let's declare the result. We know what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 10 seconds of round number 1, referee Steve Gray has stopped the contest. In his opinion, Kevin McCauley was in no condition to continue. He moves his record now to 18-0. Your winner from Minsk, Belarus, Sergey Rabchenko. The appreciation, please, for Kevin McCauley.
Well, that was a very, very quick bout. Sergey Rabchenko winning with a knockout, of course. Now, his boxing is very impressive. I have to say, his English isn't quite so. The guy from Minsk in Belarus, of course, the 25-year-old. That's 18 wins now, and 13 of those have been knockouts. We're hoping, perhaps, to speak to somebody ringside, but... well, yeah, here comes Sergey. We'll find out how good his English is. He's coming towards us here. Sergey, come around. Are we going to speak through the corner? Okay, that's good. Sergey, that was very, very lightning quick. You must be very pleased with that.
He's very happy, but I think it was normal. That's the way he's boxing.
Хоть соперник поменялся за пару дней до боя, все равно успели его изучить и к нему подготовиться.
The only thing that was worrying is the change of opponent for the last minute, so he couldn't adapt really properly in his head, but obviously in his physical he could.
Do you enjoy coming to England to box?
Очень сильно нравится. Я с удовольствием буду к вам приезжать и радовать своими новыми победами.
He will come very often. The most often that Ricky gets him here, and he will develop his career over here. Enjoys England very much.
One last question. You are looking at a glittering career. You've got titles in your sights. Just how high, how well do you think you can go?
Я не смотрю Кличко.
Okay, we will leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Sergey Rabchenko. Well, I believe we've got Ricky Hatton around here somewhere. We're hoping to have a quick word with him. I'm being told that he is on his way. Whilst he's making his way around for our viewers around the world on YouTube, just a reminder, you can contact us by messaging us through YouTube or on Twitter. #HattonTV is how you can contact us. I'm guessing by the applause that Ricky is on his way. Here he is. Nice to see you, Ricky. Thanks for having a chat. How's things with you?
I'm great, yeah. Enjoying the boxing tonight. Looking forward to the main event. Scott Quigg, obviously, making rapid progress now in his career. Brought another big crowd. Berry should be very, very proud for him. I think he's going to do him proud again tonight, yeah.
It's good to have boxing back in Berry, isn't it?
It is, really. I mean, Berry had obviously their own reasons why they lost boxing to Berry, but when you've got a lad like Scott Quigg, you know, in your hometown, who's very talented, who I believe can go all the way. Really, really nice kid. It would be a shame for Berry to lose out on such a future star, as far as I'm concerned. So it's a credit to Berry and the council of Berry that they wanted to bring boxing back to Manchester, and feel very proud to be the one to do so.
Now, I don't know if you've seen all the rounds, but what's your impression of what we've seen so far?
It's been great, yeah. I think Kieran Russell on the first fight was outstanding, very exciting. He was in there with an opponent, Sid, who not many people get Sid out of the way, but I think Kieran come the closest to Moat. I think Sergey Rabchenko, who was on the last fight there, you know, was absolutely devastating puncher. You know, he's the number one contender now for the European title, and even though he doesn't come from England, I think if you're a boxing fan, you've got to not but like him.
You're a fan of his, aren't you? I mean, you put a lot of his fights on.
Yeah, without a doubt, and that's the thing. I think he'll fight for the European title next, and then hopefully he'll go on to world honours. And obviously we've got another local lad, Reese Roberts, who looked sensational. He had a bit of bad luck in his last fight, you know, when he lost his fight due to a damaged right hand, which would have been very disappointing for him, but he's back on the winning trail now, and I've still got very, very high hopes for Reese, so yeah.
Are you enjoying your role as a promoter? I know you're bringing a lot of young kids through. It seems to be something you're really enjoying.
It is. It's certainly a lot less painful being a promoter, but no, I'll always be grateful for the life that boxing was able to give me and give my family. And I think the best thing I would like to do now after being a champion is to try and give someone as good a life as I've got from the sport. I'm living my dreams through all these lads' eyes now. So.
And of course, you know, you're from around these parts. There's a lot of very good boxers in the Northwest.
Yeah. I think the Northwest has been the hotbed for a number of years. I mean, locally Manchester, you had Michael Gomez, Anthony Farrell, Michael Brody, Ensley Bingham, Cal Thompson, Steve Foster, and myself, to name a few. And we've got the next crop coming through with the likes, you know, of Anthony Crawler, Reese Roberts, Scott Quigg, and people like that. And you know, Hatton Promotions is doing really well. We've got Matthew Hatton, my brother, on the verge of a world title now. Anthony Crawler's off to Las Vegas to fight Eric Morales, you know, in a fight that we're not just going there to make the numbers. We believe he can win. Ryan Rhodes obviously just fought for the world title in Mexico City, and we've also been voted European Promoter of the Year. So in just a little bit over just over 2 year period, I think I'm very proud of the job I've done, and proud of the job the team behind me have done. Yeah.
And you've got more bouts, more fights lined up later in the year as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, we've got a thriving stable now. I think we've got a stable of about 9 champions, you know, ranging up from English up to European. Got Commonwealth champions, British champions, and, you know, prospects coming through. You know, got Olympian Joe Murray coming through, who's we've all got very, very high hopes for. But I think with the promoting, obviously, I think we had Ryan Rhodes fight for the world title. We had my brother Matthew fight for the world title. Anthony Crawler is fighting for the, you know, Eric Morales in Las Vegas. We've also got another fella from, you know, Randell Monroe, who's fought for the world title against the best man in the division, went all the way to Japan in order to do it and just fell short. I'm confident within the next fight, certainly the next 2 fights, that Randell Monroe will get a world title shot, and it won't be long before, you know, we're winning European titles and British titles and Commonwealth titles now, but it won't be long before we're turning the world champions in.
Well, Scott Quigg could be the person to do that. I hate to put you on the spot like this, but what's your prediction for the fight that's coming up in a few minutes' time?
I think it's hard, you know, I can't speak any more highly than I do of Scott Quigg. I do think he's a world champion in the making, but it's still a work in progress. You know, he's still got a long way to go. I mean, this fight, you know, is for the Scots WBA Intercontinental title, which is a wonderful achievement. But I don't think fight fans realise what fighting a world title eliminator actually means. You know, I mean, you can have your British titles, your Commonwealth titles, your European titles, but if he wins this tonight, if we choose to do so, and I mean, when I say me, I mean the promotional team and the team from the gym in Pat Barrett and Brian Hughes and the lads that look after him in the gym, if we wanted to, we could move him into a world title after this fight. I don't think they're going to do that yet because he's getting better and better all the time, but it just shows you what tonight big night is for him tonight. But I think he'll win, yeah, in good style.
Ricky, I know you've got a lot of handshaking to do around here. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Hatton. Well, we've got a little bit of time before the main event, so let's look at some more boxing that we've got on tape. And, well, one of the young breed of Hatton boxers we were talking about is James Jazza Dickens. He's a Liverpool flyweight. He's an ABA champion. He already has 3 pro fights under his belt. The most recent was against Bulgaria's Stoyan Serbazov at the D-Side Leisure Centre. Let's catch up with some of that action. Our commentators are Mickey Cantwell and Nigel Turner.
So James Jazza Dickens prepares for his 3rd professional fight, the Liverpudlian, with 2 wins out of 2 so far as a pro against Bulgaria's Stoyan Serbazov from Burgas, 26 years old, against the 20-year-old Liverpudlian, former amateur, reached the ABA finals a year ago, southpaw stance, and one of the bright young prospects again that Ricky Hatton's got his eye closely on, Mickey.
You know what, I was really impressed with James Dickinson when he, you know, in the ABAs. I really thought, I've got to be honest, I thought he'd have stayed and tried to get himself into the podium squad for the Olympics. I suppose we're quite fortunate he's turned pro. Been very impressed with him. You can see he's a flashy, fast punching southpaw.
Yeah, you can see him building a following with this sort of style, can't you? He's a confident young man. You know, looks the part, busy fighter. He's maybe some people might say flashy at times, but he's got a bit of character about him.
Without a doubt, I think you need characters in the sport. But this kid can fight. You know, he's only young. But he's obviously opted to turn pro young, and obviously wants to get himself up the ladder as quick as he can.
Yeah, it's been a difficult time for British amateurs, hasn't it, in the last few years, wondering whether they might make the Olympic squad. That's the big carrot, and I suppose those that suddenly feel, well, they're not going to do it, then the pro game suddenly becomes the big attraction. But there'll be quite a few who've stayed amateur just in that hope of being in the London Games.
Without a doubt, and, you know, to be a part of something prestigious. Obviously, we just recently covered the ABA finals, and obviously we've seen a lot of talent, and then the boys on the outside looking in.
Oh, but there's some talent coming here from Dickens. He's catching Serbazov. His fast hands are just proving a little bit of a problem for the Bulgarian.
I'd like to see Dickens get a few rounds in tonight. Last time we see him, he was quite explosive, first round finish, and you can see why. But the Bulgarian's got a really tight defence.
But it's great movement from Dickens, isn't it? He's head movement, feet, he's moving sideways, he's just not making himself a target. In fact, he's opening up the Bulgarian and pummeling him with body shots and then up to the head as well.
This kid's got a great variety of shots. Such fast hand, that lovely left hand over the top. It shows the odd feint. I really think this is going to be a real star, this kid.
I see a lot of boxers in the gym, Mickey, and they all go through these routines just like Jazza is doing now. But then when they get in the ring on fight night, they don't replicate it because they've got somebody in front of them. But he's going through the routines, isn't he? That you see him in training.
Thing is, well, as you said there, a lot of kids don't replicate it, but this kid does. I think he's an exciting talent. Even that first round and wait this whiz through. You can tell he's in love with the game.
Having a little drink He's put in a lot of effort in that first round.
Alright, your jab's working well. He does not like them body shots, so we'll keep snapping them down there, alright? Now, if you keep that Sergey jab going, you ain't going to be that ambitious there. You ain't going to come out with much. But if you can feint him,
so let's look at some of the action.
You'll get the opening that you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Left ramming through the guard of the Bulgarian. Even has time to scratch his own back.
Keep your eye on that. Alright, there's nothing else. Alright.
It's interesting to see how, as the fight unfolds, how this young man, you know, further met the Bulgarian's tight defence.
Philippe Fondue trying to pep up the Bulgarian over in the opposite corner. But he'll know already that he's got his work cut out, won't he?
He certainly will, but you know, these Bulgarians, they're always really tough. I remember boxing myself as an amateur and a professional. Got great pride.
Dickens not holding back here, is still carrying on as he did in the first round. Fast hands, whacking in the body shots from angles, all sorts of angles. Sort of thing that Ricky Hatton will approve of, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
Move and unload, digging in underneath the elbows into the ribs, punishing shots. Limited ambition from Serbazov, but he's got his work cut out, really, just keeping Dickens off him at the moment.
He's just content on surviving. Dickens is just too sharp and punches too fast for him. Good left hand there from the Liverpool kid.
Apart from the fact that he looks young, he's got a bit of a baby face. You know, he looks more than a 3-fight or 2-fight professional, doesn't he, already?
He looks really accomplished, doesn't he, you know? Got such fast hands, got great foot movement. You see, he thinks about his work. He's not just gung-ho. He's looking for openings. Here he's just changing the pattern, going up close to the opponent, looking round him, using good head movement. It's quite hard for Dickens, though, you know, to get through the defence of the Bulgarian.
It's giving him things to think about, isn't it? How to find those openings.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's why I said earlier on, I hope he gets a few rounds tonight. Sharp his skills. Again, looking to feint.
Bulgarian tucking his elbows in, keeping the gloves high, but Dickens will just tease him out of it, land one to the head and then go downstairs just like that.
You just got to hope young James Dickens just keeps his composure, because sometimes you can get a bit kind of bored with the other guys not really throwing too much back at you.
All he has to think about at the moment is attack, Dickens, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, against a different opponent on another day, he'd probably have to just rein back a little bit on the attacking shots and keep the defensive options open. But at the moment, it doesn't really need to have to think about that, because nothing's coming back from Serbazov.
No, Serbazov's just been quite negative. As I said, that he's thrown an overhand right. It seems that he's content just to hold a tight defence and throw the occasional shot.
So there goes the bell to end the second round, and James Dickens, again, well pleased with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself, isn't he? You know, he's doing what he wants. But he's still got, you know, keep his concentration levels really high, because, you know, even though the other guys only throwing the odd shot, one shot can unfold and change the course of a fight.
And you're switching down to the body well. You need to keep that going, all right?
Here's some of that action. Left hand getting straight through.
Now another thing, when you come to opening these fellas up, you have to be a little bit more creative with the angles that you're getting. When you are finding the angles, only there, you're finding the shot, as well as your good twists and turns that you've been working in the gym. So we'll start to see some of that this round. Your uppercuts, your screw shots, your straight shots, and your body shots all working great. We're just going to be a little bit more creative about the angles that we punch from. Okay, nice defense.
Yep, so they're well happy with the way he is. They're using it as a learning fight, aren't they? And I suppose, you know, they're almost in a luxurious position as we go into round 3 of knowing that they can just try things out in this one.
Without doubt, and it's nice to hear, though, you know, the cornerman saying, look, you know, this sort of stuff we've been working on in the gym, and young James Dickens is, you know, is trying them.
So round 3 of 4 at super bantamweight. Some rich talent in the British Isles at this division, so I'm sure one or two of them, Jason Booths and even Scott Quiggs of this world, will be looking at this lad and thinking, oh, in a few years' time he's going to be a bit of a contender.
Without a doubt, and you always do when you fight. You always look at who's coming through, and you know, this kid ain't a million miles away from them kind of fighters. You know, he's got to learn his trade, but he said, you know, we've got the exciting Scott Quigg. Also, you've got Randell Monroe, recently off a world title challenger's come back and won an international title. So this division is rich with talent.
It certainly is, and one of the brightest at the moment, at least on this night, certainly seems to be James Jazza Dickens, 20-year-old from Liverpool.
He's lovely to watch in the eye, Nigel, isn't he? You know, he's so classy, this kid.
Yeah, the 3 minutes goes by very, very fast with him, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's all action. He's very clever.
And I suppose we ought to give credit to Serbazov, who under this sustained assault has kept in there. He's kept his guard up. He's defensively, he's surviving, but he's still there.
Well said, Nigel. I think, you know, we tend to forget that sometimes. You know, even though he has come over as the opponent, he's having to ship a lot of punishment. I know he's taking a lot on the gloves, but you know, he could have folded it quite easily, but he hasn't. He's still in there. He's giving Dickens plenty to think about.
And Dickens just getting in close there and looking for the angles. Just body shots, head shots, doubling up. Just always on the move.
He looks like he's really enjoying his work.
Rocks back the head of the Bulgarian there. Follows it up again with another ramrod left straight in the Bulgarian's face.
He's really busy, you know. Again, you watch him pull out and the Bulgarian throws. Referee's going to warn for his shoulder. That's a real old pro's trick, that is, that one.
So Dickens just loading up, yeah.
Yeah, he's well on top again as we end the third round.
There goes the bell, and that one went by quickly as well, didn't it? It's a bit of a sprint over 4 rounds, and he's a bit like Usain Bolt, isn't he, at the moment, James Dickens? He's going hell for leather, and there's no way that Stoyan Serbazov is going to catch him.
It certainly shows fantastic fitness levels, because he's not really breathing too heavy, and he's set a phenomenal pace, using a high variety of punches, and you can tell, you know, the corner have got it dead right. They're saying, you know, the guy, you know, he's a bit of a stayer, so it'll be interesting to see if James Dickens can get him out in this last round. But I'll be quite happy to see him complete the 4 rounds. So I don't think you can buy that, you know, as a young professional, getting the rounds in the bank, as they say.
Yes, he's certainly impressed here. Of course, the other side of it is that this is only 4 rounds. When he gets to the longer distances, he's not going to be able to go at the pace he's been doing here. Well, you wouldn't think so anyway, would you? But he's looked impressive, has James Jazza Dickens, in the black and white shorts. The southpaw piling it on to Bulgaria's Stoyan Serbazov here in the 4th and final round at super bantamweight. And Dickens, all action style, just pressurising his opponent, unleashing doubles, combinations, fantastic, and he's really looking to actually finish it off here. The referee just telling Dickens to calm down. He got a bit of a rush of blood, but he thought he was going to finish it off there and then, I think.
Thought the referee was about to jump in then. The volume of punches the Bulgarian was shipping.
Don't use your shoulder.
Again, he's been caught using his shoulder. He's going to have to get out of that habit.
Certainly wouldn't have been allowed to do it as an amateur,
no.
would he?
I noticed, you know, we've done the ABF finals a couple weeks ago, how strict the actual officials were.
I'm not going to say anything goes as a pro, but a lot more gets past. It's all's fair in love and war, as they say, and James Dickens is learning fast here, and he's got Serov in an awkward spot here on the ropes and pummeling him. Not a lot coming back. One thinks if this was a 6-round fight, the referee would be thinking of stopping it, because there's really no point, is there?
Yeah, it's all one-way traffic.
In fact, if anything, the referee's just getting a bit niggly with Dickens at the moment.
You took the words right in my mouth, Nigel. He's obviously not too happy with the young Liverpool kid, but he's been very impressive again this last round. Been very, very busy. I tell you, this is one kid our viewers have got to keep an eye on. So I'm sure this is a future star of the future.
It's just been 4 rounds of all action. He's hardly, well, he hasn't taken a step backwards. He just kept on coming forwards and absolutely pummeled Stoyan Serov, who, give him credit, has just stood up to it and taken it all. But as a horse race, it's a one-horse race, isn't it, at the moment?
It is, and I think with Dickens, he's looking for the stoppage. But I think he should be content of, just using his nice footwork and nice hand speed to keep it nice and classy. Like, don't go wild like that and throw yourself at him.
So coming towards the end of the contest, there's absolutely no doubt who the clear winner is, but if nothing else, it's been 4 absorbing rounds to see potentially one of the stars of the future from the British Isles, certainly. And Dickens, with a big smile and a grin, gets the nod from the referee, as everyone expected and knew would happen.
Hello there, welcome back live ringside at the Castle Leisure Centre here in Bury, just moments away from the main event, of course. Going around the world live on YouTube through Hatton TV. We are still getting some Twitter messages. On the back foot says, awful decision against Luca, where we were talking to Ricky just a while ago, who was saying he thought it was quite a close decision. Dejini says, great quality show, Hatton TV. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for that comment as well. You can still contact us through YouTube or #Hatton TV on Twitter. Right, I think we're just about ready for the main event of the night, for the local boy to come back to Bury. Let's get across ringside to our MC, and Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome, making his entrance to the ring, the challenger for the title from Caracas, Venezuela, Franklin Varela.
Opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. One moment that you captured, just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now, the clock's run out, time's up, over, loud, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes
Franklin Varela then making his way slowly, it must be said, to the ring, proudly carrying his Venezuelan flag, making a bit of a song and dance of it, Mickey.
He's certainly enjoying the occasion, obviously quite fearless. And as you said, it's the world title eliminator, he will be coming to spoil the plans of the local man.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the hometown hero, from Bury, the undefeated Scott Quigg.
Guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. You're trying to get out. Just follow me. I'll get you. You can try and read on every song, but it's taking before I am. So you will take the sting out these words before I say them. Just ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from crossing there. What I'm saying.
They're on their feet here at the Castle Leisure Centre. This is the local boy, made good, Scott Quigg, undefeated. Proudly followed in by his WBA Intercontinental belt, which he's defending for the second time here tonight. But perhaps more importantly, this is a world title eliminator. He's in his hometown. Bury's not seen a sporting champion like this for many, many a year, if ever.
No, and I think this kid is so exciting. Another sellout crowd.
Soaking up the atmosphere. Scott Quigg, lean and ready. Let's get the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hatton Promotions, sponsored by Viamax Nutrition, live and exclusive on the internet on www.youtube.com/live and from 7 a.m. tomorrow morning on HattonBoxing.tv. Proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBA Intercontinental Super Bantamweight title and an official eliminator for the WBA World title. The officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Association and the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge from the British Boxing Board of Control and WBA representative, Mr. Dave Roden. Matchmaker, Richard Poxham. Timekeeper at the bell, Gary Grennan from Burnley. The 3 scoring judges at ringside for this assignment are all from England: John Coyle, Dave Parris and Paul Thomas. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action is one of the world's finest, Mr. Terry O'Connor from Birmingham. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the claret colour shorts trimmed with white. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stone, 9 pounds, 3 ounces. His excellent record reads 24 contests, 19 wins. 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 5 defeats. Presenting this evening the challenger from Caracas, Venezuela, Franklin Varela. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black colour shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stone, 9 pounds. His perfect, unblemished record reads 21 contests, 21 wins, 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he makes the second defense of his title, presenting the WBA Intercontinental Super Bantamweight champion from his hometown of Bury, presenting Scott Quigg. Mr. O'Connor with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Protect yourself at all times, shake hands, best of luck to both. Here we go.
So the ring cleared. Terry O'Connor just checks to make sure both boxers have their gum shields in, and Varela doesn't. And
he was frankly looking around at his corner saying, where's my gum shield?
Terry O'Connor wouldn't have let him start without it. It's part of the rules. But here we go then. Round number 1, live on YouTube. This world title eliminator here in Bury in Lancashire in the United Kingdom. Welcome to everybody around the world, whether you're supporting Quigg, the Englishman, or Varela, the 33-year-old from Caracas, Venezuela. And this crucial to both men's careers. What a shot it would be for Varela if he could upset the apple cart and get a world title shot. And for Quigg at just 22, well, the world is at his feet.
It certainly is, and you know, the atmosphere in here is electric. You know, no room for a really top contest. Both boys are well rated, and it's all to play for, as they say. Eliminated for the world title.
Just sizing them up, according to the stats, Varela is meant to be 5'3.5" and Quigg 5'8", but I don't think there's that much in it. Quigg definitely the taller of the two.
And Scott Quigg slightly taller.
But maybe some of the measurements are lost in translation a little bit. But Varela looking stocky and, you know, well built, powerful legs, powerful upper body as well. Quigg, the leaner of the two, definitely the younger man. Fast hands from Scott Quigg, and a steely focus as well, Mickey.
It certainly will be. You know, Scott's been out a little while. He's had a damaged right hand, but speaking to Mike Jackson earlier, he said it's fine. So I'm sure after the first round, Scott having a little look, see what his tough opponent in Venezuela is all about.
And in any sporting contest, the adrenaline can maybe run away with you at this stage, can't it? Massive hometown support for Quigg. He's got to have his fighting head on and not get carried away. This is a 12-round fight after all, and not let the crowd's enthusiasm make him do anything rash too soon.
No, that's right, and you know, just taking his time getting into the contest, throwing a few feints, showing a nice tight guard. And this again is another step up in level for him. Going in, having a little look, showing a bit of head movement. It's certainly a very, very cagey first round from both men.
Varela hasn't fought since last November when he had a second round TKO victory over Oscar Sandoval in Colombia, but he was only fairly inexperienced, only 4 fights I think, so Quigg is a different proposition for him.
He is, but the man from Crack is a big puncher. He's very squat, you can tell. He's up close, that's what he wants, trying to do a lot of damage, but very even round. I would have thought a very quite difficult one to score.
Bit of a sighter for both boxers, isn't it, really? The Venezuelan corner, Philip Fondue, there with the glasses. Here's some replay action from that first round with Varela taking it to Quigg. Quigg ducking out of that right cross, but Varela then going downstairs with the left into the ribs. And Varela, you know, just on the evidence of this, not afraid to come forward and throw some shots in the first round, Mickey.
With these South American fighters, you know they're going to be aggressive. You know you're going to be in for a tough night. You know, and you expect them to be at the top of their game, because that's what they are. That, you know, they've got such a great tradition of being aggressive and strong. It'll be interesting as this fight pans out. I think, you know, hopefully Scott Quigg can be able to work it out and hopefully up the pace in this second round.
Round 2 of 12 then, live on Hatton TV via YouTube. We hope you're enjoying the presentation tonight. Let us know your thoughts, either via the comment section or via Twitter, and I hope you're scoring the round yourself. Do your own private scorecard.
You know what I like about Scott Quigg, he was always in tremendous shape. You know, and outside the ring, you couldn't wish to meet a nice young man.
No, absolutely, always very polite and well presented. And now he's putting the hammer down on Varela for the moment. The first real semi-breakthrough for Quigg in this contest.
Really being patient, Scott, which is nice to see. Obviously, no, Pat Barrett's taken over the reins now as trainer.
But at this level, you know, you just can't take any chances, can you? You've got to be so sure that you have a bit of success, that you don't get carried away. Still got to try and follow it up, but don't put your chin in the way. Quigg trapping him nicely.
Nice right hand left hook from Scott there. Press certainly appreciated it.
Quigg, sorry, carry on.
The thing is with Scott, you know, the stakes are so high. You know, There's a British title fight around the corner with Jason Booth, you know, the champion. And this is an eliminator for a world title. You've got Randell Munro in the crowd tonight watching, keeping an eye on things. So the super bantamweight in Britain alone is really hot. But for me, this kid's the best of all of them.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ricky, in his interview a little bit earlier with Richard, for those who were with us then, was saying, well, if he earns the world title eliminated, it doesn't mean he's going to go for the world title. It might just be a bit too soon, but it'll put him right up there in the reckoning, won't it?
It certainly will do. You know, we've seen Randell Munro go across to Japan and put up a great performance. You know, so down the line, you'd like to see these two fight for world titles. But at the moment in time, that's a good right hand. But there's a certain Franklin Varela he's got to get rid of first, and that won't be no mean feat. Good body shot there from the Venezuelan. Got under the right arm of Scott Quigg, but Scott coming back, dictating more his second round. Nice, getting a nice jab off. There we go again.
Scott's got into the pace of the fight now, hasn't he? Set his own rhythm, and they're both being pretty busy. Very confident and confident start, though, by Varela. It must be said for somebody who's travelled this far and in this intimidating atmosphere. And that's the end of round number 2.
I think Scott won that one. Boxed within himself. I'm really impressed with Scott, you know, his patience. And you've got to show that at world-class level.
Let me to the right
Let's
hand,
go,
but you can only throw. Yeah, you won the round, but that one wasn't as good. It wasn't the clear. Listen to me. What you got to do on the feint, you've got to try to counter. Wait a minute, you've got to counter. When he counters, feint, throw. Yeah, because you're feinting him, you're drawing his lead. No, listen, you're feinting him, you're drawing his lead, then you counter. Right, so exactly. So what you got to do, you can't drop him like that. Keep your punches straight, that over and right hand. Don't look for it now, because you're dropping down and he's trying to come up the middle.
Barrett there with the instructions. Mike Jackson,
straight,
the other second in the corner.
Yeah, a bit of an unsung hero, Mike Jackson. You know, he works with the fighters, does a lot of conditioning work, and a great man to have round you.
Quigg up and ready. Start of round 3. Remember, 12 for this WBA Intercontinental title. That's what the fight is essentially for. But with it goes that world title eliminator status to step right up the pecking order. And who knows, maybe challenge Rico Ramos, the recently crowned WBA Super Bantamweight champion. Beat Akifumi Shimoda in Atlantic City earlier this month.
There's a great result there, it was. I think it wasn't expected. So, in a world level, this division is red hot. And we've got a couple of Britons who can mix it with them as well. And so 2 of them hit night, one's in the ring. And you've got Randell Munro on the outside.
But Varela is looking confident. He started this round crisply, getting his shots off. Quigg, compact, nice stance, keeping his fists high, just waiting for the opening. Roar from the crowd, didn't actually really land that right. Probably from the back of the hall it looked as if he did, but Varela stepped back, didn't he?
He decided to pull his chin inches away. This is what these world-class South Americans can do. You know, a lot of them box from an early age, and a lot of them turn pro when they're like 15 years of age. That's a good right hand now from Scott. That's the first right hand he's landed. Again, Varela coming straight back at him. Scott's trying to walk him down. Scott's showing a nice tight defence. Good left hook from him. You can feel this fight nice heating up, can't you?
It's building up beautifully, isn't it?
Good left hook to the body. Great shot there.
Hurt him, I think. But he's tough as teak, isn't he, Varela, at the moment, still prepared to throw back. Quigg missing with the left hook there as Varela just ducked out the way.
Varela's got a nice smooth action. He throws his punches nice and like kind of casual. Scott's dictating the pace here. But I'm sure Pat Barrett would like to see him be a bit more busy with his hands.
So Varela giving as good as he got. Oh, and that's a beautiful right from Quigg. Right on the button, getting the crowd stoked up again, but Varela just shook his head and walked straight back for more. He's a tough nut to crack, clearly, already, as we come to the end of the round. War of attrition, I think this one's going to be, Mickey.
I think it is. I think you see Quigg up in the ante a bit, turning the heat on him a little bit more.
Is it a case of just slowly turning up the pressure, Mickey? Is that what he's got to do?
I think so, definite. I think at this level, I know I keep repeating myself, but at world level, you can't just go gung-ho. And what Scott's doing, he's been very clever, forcing the pace. But in all fairness to Franklin Varela, he's actually coming back all the time with punches. He's turning it into a really interesting contest.
And here's some of that action from round number 3. Quigg throwing that right there. You see, that's the one that made Varela just momentarily flinch, but he was straight back into the fray again.
What was good about that, Nigel, I think what Pat Barrett wanted was, have a feint and then miss the shots and come back with your own. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, so...
But as you know with Scott, as the rounds go, he gets busier and busier. I'm really impressed with him so far. He's been a real mature performance so far. In the first 3 rounds, showing a really good tight guard. Plenty of feints.
Round 4, Hatton TV, live from Bury on YouTube. All around the world, this world title eliminator. Scott Quigg in the black and gold trunks and Franklin Varela from Venezuela in the purple. And it's Quigg on the march again in this round against the Venezuelan. Neat footwork, just sways out of reach as Quigg throws. Quigg busy in the centre of the ring, just looking for those openings, and Varela busy himself, throwing...
You've got to be careful, Quigg, with that overhand right. He caught it on the gloves that time.
Quigg covering up with the elbows, getting them tucked in tight. True respect from both boxers to their opponent. Both are wary of what the other can do to him. But enthralling at the moment.
It certainly is very absorbing. Good right hand.
And this is where Quigg's biding his time, isn't he? If he has a couple of adventures like that every round, it'll build up the momentum as the rounds tick by.
It certainly is. He's dictating with his jab. Again, showing a nice...
Oh, and that's a slip.
Bit of water in the corner there.
It's in his own corner, so just a little bit of water out of the bucket, I think. Got spilt in the last changeover. Crowd drumming up support, quite literally, for Quigg. It's a big event in Bury, and he catches him with a big right as he's cut.
Yep.
Cut over just on the side of the left eye.
That
big right hand.
Right hand caught him.
And it's spurting a reasonable amount. Difficult to tell exactly what the damage is, but Quigg's going to work on it now.
Interestingly, the minute that happened, the man from Venezuela has come marching forward. But again, now Quigg again is backing him up.
Genuine a punch there that caused the cut, that right hand. And Varela tagged again by Quigg on exactly on that wound.
I noticed Varela, he punches quite slow, and Scott's definitely the sharper puncher of the two.
It'll be interesting to see what the Venezuelan corner does with this cut at the end of the round. We'll have a look, I'm sure. So big up for Scott Quigg there that round, and anxious looks in the Venezuelan corner. Terry O'Connor just had a quick glance. I dare say he'll have another look. So Philip Fondue working feverishly to stem the flow of the blood. We can't quite get a close enough look at it to know how difficult the damage is, but I think we can probably see when it was inflicted. Quigg trapped him in that blue corner, and then here comes the right, doesn't it? I think that's the one, a slashing right hand.
Yeah, it was. He's had a bit of success with that, Scott. But the minute it happened, the man from Caracas comes firing back.
It's a slightly better view, but they've staunched the flow just at the moment. Wiped away the blood off Varela's chest, but that's given him something else to worry about, other than just Scott Quigg. The cut as we go into round 5.
I think it's in the corner, the eyebrow. I don't think it hopefully won't be too bad for him. I wouldn't like to see this contest stopped on a cut eye.
No.
Because it's really been as you said, I know it's early doors, but it's been absorbing, interesting. And I'm sure there's more excitement to come.
Encouragement for Quigg, though, having produced the cut, but he mustn't let that change his game plan, must he?
No, certainly not. He's got to keep his concentration levels where they are now.
Varela looking untroubled, and the flow of blood does seem to have been successfully staunched for the moment anyway. As we enter the midpoint of round number 5 or thereabouts. Varela firing back well and strongly.
There's that right hand I spoke about earlier. Scott can't let him settle into this pattern. Scott's got to be a little bit busier. Don't let the man from Venezuela get confident.
Well, he's certainly put in a good shift so far, has Franklin Varela, and has a stiff left hook from Quigg to the body, and a right opens up the cut again above that left eye. Just being methodical, isn't he, as trying to take his man apart bit by bit. Quigg, it's going to take a while to achieve that, though, I think. Varela responds.
Varela's having a very good round this round. He's the one finding more punches. He's being more busier. Scott's being quite economic. But he's got to be kicked. But again, he's come at his own 1-2. That's more like it from him.
Caught Varela a little bit off balance with that right hand, and then goes downstairs with the left to the ribs.
Scott is starting to turn the gas up. I think that's what he's got to do.
Big right hand that didn't make contact, and ooh from the back of the hall. And Varela comes back with some of his own, a little low, I think, perhaps. Quigg thought one of those. But getting on with the job in hand.
Again, nice feinting from Quigg.
Oh, beautiful uppercut from Quigg. I'm just getting a feeling he's just beginning to hunt his prey a little bit now, Scott Quigg. End of round 5. 12-round contest this, live on YouTube for the WBA Intercontinental title.
When you're dropping him back, I want you to go with the body. Use your feints now, yeah. Use your feints and relax, yeah. This is where the body attacks come in now. It's tiring now, yeah. And if you don't look, forget the head now. Yeah. Start feinting, gripping. Move from the waist. Wait a minute. Move from the waist, from the waist. And when you dip down, set yourself. Walk and drop.
Here's some action from round 5. Quigg again trapping Varela in that corner. That was the uppercut that actually he took really well, didn't he?
He's tough, this man from Venezuela. You know, interestingly, Pat Barrett there wants Scott Quigg to throw some more body shots. I think it's saying, you know, if he threw one body, good left hook to the body, had a bit of success.
Just goes to show you can't tell what from paper, because looking at his record, the fight before last for Varela, he lost first round TKO against Giovanni Caro in Mexico, and he was down twice in that first round. But reading that, I thought, well, maybe this isn't going to be as tough as we thought, but he's proved that anything but an easy touch, hasn't he?
Listen, he's a world-class operator, and he's in great condition. You know, who saw from the outset he really fancied the job.
And I'm sure for those of you watching in America, Central America and South America, you'll be rooting for your man. We're live on YouTube, of course, around the globe.
It's interestingly, beginning this round, Varela's come out on the front foot, trying to dictate, trying to take the play away from Scott Quigg, but Scott's not allowing that.
Varela busy again, but Quigg just looking for the opening, keeping in range. Steely concentration. He has got a real icy stare, Scott Quigg, when he's in the zone, and he needs to be tonight.
Yeah, he certainly does. It's like seeing him be a little bit more busier now. That's
a
good left hook from him. Right on key. Good uppercut from him, so that's good variety there.
Varela probably been the busier fighter throughout, hasn't he? Throwing more shots, but Quigg may be landing 2 or 3 quality shots most rounds.
Yeah, I think you know, it's correct. I said earlier on, round before Varela was busier, but he throws quite a lot slower than Scott. I think Scott's sharper punching. He's going to tell. That's a good left hook to the body. But Pat Barrett wants more body shots.
He was getting them there, but Varela comes back strongly.
I really feel if Scott quicken up the pace a little bit, this could be a completely different contest.
Varela fighting back well, trapped against the ropes. It's a dangerous area for him to be, but he's got away from it. But now Quigg comes back again.
No, it's Varela. The minute he touches the ropes, he moves. That doesn't stand still for a second.
Varela responds once more.
Again, Quigg using good footwork to hunt him down.
A good left hook from Quigg lands again.
So Quigg's having a little success with overhand right.
What I like about Varela is every time Quigg has some success, Varela comes right back, right on the bell there, lands an uppercut that tagged him on the chin. Little dribble of blood from Varela's eye still as well, but good round for Quigg, but difficult to know how the judges will be seeing it. 3 judges ringside, of course, scoring this one.
Again, you can see again, Scott dictating the pace.
The uppercut's a potent weapon, isn't it? We've seen it before, I think, when he knocked out Andre Kostin here back in May of last year. But Varela will know all about that, of course.
You know, this is a great workout for Scott. You know, even this kind of stuff on the back of the ropes, getting turned around. He'll learn from this. This is all good. You know, taking knowledge in. He's a great advocate of the game. I think the man from Venezuela is slowly, the steam is running out of him.
Just looking a little tired as he got off his stool, wasn't he, Mickey? Right in front of us.
I think, you know, youthfulness of Scott Quigg and his intelligence tonight is starting to wear the man from Caracas down. I'd like to see Scott now step on the pedal a little bit more. He's cutting the ring down really nice here in round 7.
Just trying to be relentless all the time, isn't he? Give Varela no room to breathe. The Varela corner, where they are now, have been told by the inspector to wipe the canvas because there's still a lot more water there. They do seem to have been putting a lot over his head, and he's been dripping off in that corner. We don't want him slipping again. Quigg then, he knows his destiny could be a world title one day. It's fights like this he needs to win to get there. And there's a left hook right on the borderline, I suspect, but Varela doesn't complain. Ooze from the crowd, but that landed on the glove. And then a right hook to the body. Varela shakes his hands as if to say, this boy keeps on coming at me. And another one. Left hook to the body.
Excellent work from Scott Quigg here.
Because
this South American is tough.
Oh, he is.
He doesn't stop moving. Watch him, he's very clever.
And Quigg's got him in trouble in that corner, but he comes back, firing back.
And this is what's good from Scott tonight. You know, he's not being gung-ho, he's being very patient.
Bit of a slap to the ribs there from Quigg as he threw the right hook and then went downstairs with the left hook. But now he's continually trapping Varela in the corners a bit more now, Mickey, isn't he?
He is,
and he's landed a big right there, but Varela's taken it well.
Varela's happy to work off the ropes. But that's the left hook to the body.
Down.
Left hook to the body, done it. Great shot from Scott. I think that's took the life out of him. I think it's all over. I think he's gone.
He's gone. He has. Scott Quigg's won it in the 7th. The body shot has just taken all of it out of Franklin Varela, who winces and hobbles almost back to his stall. But over the other side of the ring, Quigg's corner are there to congratulate him.
That was a world-class performance from Scott Quigg from round 1 to round 7. He picked his shots, took his time, and he knew this man from Venezuela was dangerous. And he pounced when the time was right and got the job done.
He worked him over, really, didn't he? He just methodically got there. And this tough Venezuelan, you know, he only cracked with a quality shot. It was the last 2 rounds, really, when Quigg really began to pummel the body, wasn't it?
Walking him down. Near it, left up to the body. That's what the shot had done him.
Finally, he crumpled.
I've always said this kid's exciting. This kid could be an absolute superstar.
And the doctor's having a look at, over the other side of the ring, the doctor's having a look at Varela's ribs. And not concerned or anything, but he's clearly hurt quite a lot. And we're just waiting to see whether he's okay. I think they're just a little concerned. So Scott Quigg, the victor in the 7th round. And let's go to Michael Pass for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 21 seconds of round number 7, star referee Mr. Terry O'Connor has stopped the contest. In his opinion, Franklin Varela was in no condition to defend himself. Your winner, and he is still the WBA Intercontinental Super Bantamweight Champion from Bury, England, Scott Quigg. WBA representative and the steward in charge from the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Dave Roden, has presented the championship belt to the winner, Scott Quigg. A fine round of applause, please, for our challenger from Caracas, Venezuela, Franklin Varela.
So a brave man, Franklin Varela. Terry O'Connor just looked down to us here at the commentary table and indicated he thought, you know, possibly maybe even a broken rib.
That's such a great shot, that was, you know, and that's what you need at this level. We said it in the beginning of the night. If you're going to be a world-class operator, you've got to be able to punch world-class, and Scott Quigg can. And tonight, he was patient, he took his time, showed plenty of feints, showed a great defence, and never really get hit with a lot. But this guy come and give him a few rounds, showed him different things, worked off the back foot. And again, it's Varela, you know, always come back punching. And this is what Scott, and there was that left hook to the body.
Beautiful.
That finished it.
And he just crumpled, didn't he? It was as tough as teak all the way through, but that just took everything out of him.
I think the round before we said, you know, Scott has started, you know, step on the gas a little bit more, start being a bit more busier. But, you know, it was such a... I'm so pleased because this man gets better and better every time we see him. And, you know, he's been out of a bad hand. Like I said, Mike Jackson said earlier on, you know, his hand was fine. And he proved it tonight because he put some big right hands over the top. And we've got an exciting talent here, and we've got to embrace this young man. You know, this could be the next biggest star in Britain. This kid sells out venues on his own. So there's not many fighters around Britain who can do that.
This was a world title eliminator. He's already got booked on his schedule a British title fight against Jason Booth in October. As a former professional yourself, a former British champion, is that where he should go next, but not rush to world titles, or what should he do, Mickey?
Without a doubt, he's still young, he's still learning. And listen, he's had 20-odd fights, unbeaten. You know, listen, Jason Booth is ideal for him. You know, that would be a barnstorm as long as the fight lasts. You know, I believe Scott Quigg is in the making of being a superstar. And Jason Booth, British title, let's get it on.
OK, and talking of getting it on, we got Scott Quigg and promoter Ricky Hatton ringside with Richard Drew.
Thank you very much. Yes, Scott Quigg with us. Scott, he was a tough customer, but I think you're tougher.
Yeah, it was a really tough opponent, and you know, it was a tough fight, and I ended up coming through it okay though.
How about this crowd? They love you, don't they?
Oh yeah, I can't. This is the best feeling ever. You know, you can't put it into words how you feel when you walk out in front of these, and the place erupts. It's the best feeling ever. I can't describe it.
Now you've got the Intercontinental title with you. You've retained that. You will have a shot at some stage at the world title. How does that feel?
I mean, to hopefully one day fight for the world title, you know, that would mean everything. But I've still got a couple more fights to go, and you know, whoever they put in front of me, I've got to keep beating to one day challenge for that.
Let's talk about the fight. I mean, you were relentless. They were saying that in commentary, but there seemed to be two punches that did the damage. The one, of course, that opened up the cut, and then the body shot that just finished it all.
Yeah, I mean, I warmed into the fight. I've not fought for 8 months, so I didn't want to do anything stupid like trying to start off too fast. I didn't know if I'd be rusty or anything, so first few rounds I was going through the gears and just making sure I weren't getting caught with daft shots, and then when Pat said it was time to up the pace, and I felt it was the right time as well, so that's good between the corner. All of us was saying, right, it's time to be took, so then I started relaxing with the shots a bit more.
And Bury, good venue for you, your hometown. You like to fight here again?
Oh yeah, I'd love to fight here again, and hopefully one day fight at Quigg Lane, and we could pack that out, and hopefully that would be for a world title, but we've got to take one fight at a time, and I'm just happy with how we performed tonight.
Well, you're still unbeaten. Scott Quigg, thank you very much, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Let's have a quick talk to Ricky. Ricky had the best seat in the house, and what do you make of it all?
I'm very, very proud of him. He was exceptional tonight. I mean, what you don't realise is that was a world title eliminator. You know, I mean, the calibre of opponent that he's in with there is not your everyday run of the mill type of guy. You know, this is obviously the team will sit down now, and I mean the promotional team and the team from the gym. I mean, he's just won an eliminator, but he's a work in progress. He's getting better all the time. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to go for the world title, but I just think to win in the manner he won tonight in a world title eliminator speaks volumes at the rate this guy is improving.
You're a man who knows how to work your way up to world titles. You obviously can evaluate him. You're very impressed.
I am very impressed. I mean, that guy, you know, I think that Scott's right hand was working a treat, and he absolutely drilled him with a few of them right hands early on, and the right hands at the start of the fight in the early rounds seemed to be just bouncing off him, and I thought, you know, this little fella's going to be here all night, you know, but what he did, Scott, is very, very patient. He doesn't take many punches. He's very good in defence, and he softened him up with right crosses over the top, and then eventually, you know, that the right crosses to the top brought his hands up and set up the opportunities for the body. You know, he's got an old head and young shoulders, and I think the manner in which he's winning at the level he's at shows that he can go to that next level.
Ricky, thank you very much. I know you've got a bit of celebrating to do. I think Scott started it already. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Scott Quigg. Well, that just about wraps it up from the Castle Leisure Centre here in Bury. Please do keep contacting us on the Twitter, #HattonTV, or of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can still message us. And if you want to find out more, of course, hattonsports.tv is the website to go to. But for now, from Bury, thank you very much and good night.